Hey, did you hear what I said?
No.
Yeah, did you hear what I said?
And while we're waiting for it to get set up, has anybody got any questions before we get started? Y'all been studying? You said you did?
Hello?
Mary?
Have Shay come get you.
Not really a question, but I'm asking a question, but, do you believe there's a darkness and a light?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, 1 second, let me do the intro. I guess we on now. All right, so Shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We here at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas 77071. We got classes Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday from 9 to 11:30 p.m., and then we also do Saturday class noon to 3 p.m. All right, the cable show right now is on hiatus until about March. Then we'll have our new season. You know, you can catch us pretty much doing class. If you need a text question in during the course of the class, you can hit me up at 832-941-2443. And we'll go ahead and deal with your questions and comments right here live in class. Also, we keep an eye on the YouTube channel. So if you got any questions or comments you want to put in on the YouTube chat side right there, we'll go ahead and address those during class too. All right. Once again, if you have any donations you want to give, whether it be cars, money, clothes, pens, papers, pencils, you know, any kind of utensils we can use, like school supplies, office supplies, anything like that, we'll welcome that. If you're giving money, I'm going to give you the account number. It's a Wells Fargo account. It's under Israelite School of Biblical History. All right, and that's Wells Fargo account 101-580-6167. All right, so once again, that's 101-580-6167, and that'll give you the you'll be able to drop your whatever money you want to give into that account, and that'll help out to the educational process of your brothers and sisters here in the truth. It'll help y'all, help us get the word out into even further venues. Quick reminder, you know, we are trying to get an RV because of brothers in other states. We got a brother in Louisiana right now who wants us to get out there. We got a brother out in Dallas. We got one in Alabama. They want us out there to be able to get this word spread out to them. And, you know, we need to be able to get out there without hindering people and putting them out of their house and everything like that, so we have a place to live while we're out there. So we're trying to get this RV. We're asking, you know, for, you know, brothers and sisters that have been here are going to be donating out of their income tax for that. And, you know, if y'all want to give, that'll lighten the load on these brothers and sisters that have been giving for all these years. So just let us know, and or if not, just let, you know, go ahead and drop that in the Wells Fargo account I just gave you. Once again, any questions or comments we're going to deal with, you know, right before we get into the class. I'll try to make sure they're very brief. And let me see, we get a lot of text already. So, okay, that's just a live class. Okay, all right. But yeah, once again, any questions or comments, you can hit me up at 832-941-2443 or text in on that YouTube channel, all right? What's the title? I'm going on it right now. What's the title of tonight's class?
Money, faith or money?
Said faith or money?
Money or faith.
Okay, all right.
Everybody go to Luke chapter 12 and verse 13. Luke chapter 12, verse 13. Tonight's class is going to be talking about money or faith. You know what I mean? Because these are real important things that we got to live with every day. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to have faith. Everybody loves the Most High. Everybody has faith. They believe in what they don't see. They believe in the power of the Most High, right? Right. But we got reality, right? Everybody wants to say, okay, but reality kicks in, right? If you don't go to work, you don't eat, right? If you don't make a living, you can't pay your bills, right? You doing? Did you guys have any questions while we're headed to Luke? Okay.
Actually, we already got one online here. Nobody in the class have questions though right now? All right, so we got Shalom, brother, can you help me with Isaiah chapter 39, verse 5 through 8? Was Hezekiah being sarcastic to Isaiah? So let's go there real quick. Let's see what's going on. Go to Isaiah chapter 39, verse 5. We're going to read through verse 8.
This is Isaiah chapter 39, verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Then said Isaiah to
Everybody got it?
Then said Isaiah to Hezekiah, hear the word of the Lord of hosts. Behold, the days come that all that in thine house and that which thy fathers have laid up in store until this day shall be carried to Babylon.
All right, so to answer your question, this is don't say whose name that is, but it's showing you right there in verse 5 who's speaking. Isaiah is speaking to Hezekiah, and he's telling him to hear the word of the Most High. So Hezekiah is being talked to by the Most High through Isaiah. All right, just like it says in Hebrews chapter 1 and verse 2, the Most High has sundry times in diverse manners spake unto his servants by the prophets. All right, go ahead.
Nothing shall be left, saith the Lord.
Right, so he said, behold, the days come that all that is in your house and that which thy fathers have laid up in store unto this day shall be carried to Babylon. So he's basically telling them the Babylonians are going to come and take everything you got. All right, they're gonna come in and they're gonna destroy destroy Israel, and they're gonna ransack your temple, and they're gonna ransack everything your fathers have ever built up. All right, go ahead.
Verse 7. And of thy sons that shall issue from thee, which thou shalt beget, shall they take away, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon.
So he said they're going to take your sons, and instead of them being princes, these cats are going to be sexless slaves to the Babylonians. They're going to basically be standing there not being able to have sex with no women. They're going to be standing there, basically, they might even get their private members cut off, because sometimes that's what made a eunuch. All right? So this is what he was prophesying to Hezekiah, the king. Go ahead.
Then said Hezekiah to Isaiah, good is the word of the Lord which thou hast spoken. And said, moreover, for there shall be peace and truth in my days.
Right, so when you get to verse 8, he said, then said Hezekiah to Isaiah, good is the word of the Most High which thou hast spoken. Right? Now you got to ask, like you're saying, is he being sarcastic? Or no, he's not being sarcastic to Isaiah, because good news or bad news, if a person was going to be killed or whatever, you can't say nothing against the Most High. All right? Good news or bad news is, hey, good is the word of the Most High. I'm just glad he's glad to actually be able to hear the word of the Most High. Like when you deal with Saul wasn't getting talked to by the prophets, by Urim and Thummim. The Most High was not dealing with him. All right? So when you read that in 1 Samuel 29, 29, you find out Saul wasn't getting talked to by none of the prophets, and he had to go speak to a witch. He had to go deal with a witch just to be able to talk to a dead prophet. All right? So here you're hearing that a man was finally getting to actually hear the word of the Most High. So he was saying, good is the word of the Most High. All right, which you have spoken. He said, moreover, for there shall be peace and truth in my days. So he's like, well, at least I'll be okay. My sons are screwed, but at least I'll be okay. See that? So the Most High basically prophesying to him to listen, your son's going to be wicked. All right, because I think when you go down the list of the kings, man, Hezekiah was one of the good ones. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Hezekiah is the one that invented the aqueducts, as you know them today. They call them the Roman aqueducts, but Hezekiah was the one that first did that. And he brought water. He made a waterway from the mountains that brought water down to the village and the villages of Israel. And he was the first one to do that. And then the Romans copied that and made that like it was their thing. All right. So now when you hear about the aqueducts, you hear about the Roman aqueducts. They did it on a Volkswagen Beetle commercial one time. Hezekiah is the one that did that. All right. He's one of the first to do that. All right. But this was a righteous king. And he's saying, well, I guess at least there'll be peace in my days. There'll be peace and truth as long as I'm reigning. But my kids are screwed. Y'all see that?
Right.
All right. Because as you read it, when you read on, you read about his kids. You know, when you go into the Chronicles of the Kings, basically First and Second Chronicles, First and Second Kings, you find out his kids didn't walk in his righteousness. They didn't walk in his ways. All right. They went and set back up all the temples that he destroyed of the other gods. They started worshiping and sacrificing to these other gods. So the Most High had told him, listen, your kids gonna be screwed up. And when they do screw up, instead of them getting to do what princes get to do and do what future kings get to do, they're gonna be eunuchs, man. Y'all see that? That they ain't gonna get to have sex. They ain't gonna get to have children. Y'all see that? They're gonna be treated like eunuchs until the Most High sends another Savior to free them. All right. So hopefully that answers your question. I didn't get whose name that was. So okay. Same person said thank you. All right. So yeah, if there's any other questions, once again, you can hit us up on that chat, or you can hit us up at 832-941-2443. All right. Yeah, Dr. Shai. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I was answering her question and she texted me. But go ahead.
I have a question about St. John 7:35.
St. John chapter 7, verse 35.
Yes.
All right, let's go there. Yeah, we was kind of doing that so let everybody online get in here too. So it's good that y'all got your questions to show that y'all studying this. St. John 7:35. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. Just that verse?
Yes, sir. Just that. It's just the ending part that I don't understand.
Oh, okay. All right.
St. John chapter 7 and verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
Right. See what you got to understand was we didn't deal with the Gentiles. You understand? When you read the story of the Good Samaritan, why was he a good Samaritan? Because the Samaritans was African nations that were living in the Israelite land, right? And we didn't have no dealings with them. When you go to St. John chapter 4, the woman's like, how is it you, a Jew, asking water of me that's a Samaritan? And when the Jews don't have no dealings with the Samaritans, right? So we didn't deal with the other nations as a rule. Even when you get to Peter, where is it? Is it Acts chapter 10?
Oh, what was on the temple?
Nah, what we talking about? Here we go. He said, where'd it go, man?
Oh, you talking about not keep company with a Jew? Or not keep company?
Right.
Oh, that's 10 and 28.
You got 28?
Acts 10 and 28.
Right. Read that.
Acts chapter 10 and 28. And he said unto them, yea, know how it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or to come unto one of another nation.
Right. See, he said it's an unlawful thing, right? Now, if y'all were here during the readings on Saturday, we went over Ezra, we went over Nehemiah, where Ezra and Nehemiah kicked out all the Gentiles. They kicked out the brothers that were sleeping with Gentile women because they hadn't taught their kids to be Hebrews. They was letting them be Gentiles.
Right.
You understand? So we had Hebrews dispersed among other nations. You understand? And here, Peter's showing you, it's an unlawful thing because Ezra and Nehemiah's time, they cut all that off. We didn't even deal with them. You understand? Because of how off our people were to go and start following after their gods and we hanging out with the Sodomites, so we're gonna become Sodomites. We hanging out with the Moabites and the Zidonians and the Hittites, so we're gonna become homosexuals and sleep with animals and do all these things that they do. So Ezra and Nehemiah cut that off because our people was too weak-minded to be able to hang around the nations. You understand? So it was an unlawful thing at this time that we hung out with the other nations at all. You understand? We're not talking about, this goes beyond marrying them. We talking about, we didn't even hang out with them. You understand? That was cut off. Like, we don't deal with these nations because they wicked as hell. You understand?
God.
Especially when you get around the time of the Maccabees, the Greeks, coming in and defiling our temple and doing all the things they did, and then trying to convince brothers to do the games. And, you have brothers selling out when you read Maccabees and having us join the Olympics and go build gymnasiums and all this nasty stuff that we was doing, right? So we didn't deal with the other nations because it was too influential to Hebrews. You understand? So Peter jumping up saying, listen, it's an unlawful thing for a man that's a Jew to come under him of any other nation. You see that? Where's that? Verse 28, read that again.
Acts chapter 10 and verse 28. And he said unto them, Yea, know how it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or to come unto one of another nation.
See, so now it's not, we don't just come unto them. We can't come unto them, meaning we can't have sex with them. But it's beyond that now. We don't even keep company with them. You understand? Go ahead.
But the Most High has showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
See that? So that was the meaning of the vision for those that, think they get that thrown in their face so we can eat anything we want. Acts chapter 10? No. That was the point. He said he was being shown not to see any man, any human being as common or unclean. See that? Because the Most High had cleansed his man Cornelius for a certain purpose. You understand? He is sanctified. Now, when you go back to St. John 7, right? Verse 7, verse 35.
St. John chapter 7 and verse 35.
Right? Read that again.
Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we should not find him?
Right. So remember in verse, was it 34? He had told them what he was going to do, right? Read that.
St. John chapter 7 and 34. Ye shall seek me and shall not find me. And where I am, thither ye cannot come.
Right. See, he's basically telling them, you're going to look for me and you ain't going to find me. Right? And he said, where I'm going, you can't come. You're not going to be able to go there. Right? But read on.
Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
Right. See, so they asking like, okay, well, where you gonna go that we ain't gonna be able to find you? Come on, man. We in Israel, we can find you anywhere. You a fat, drunk, glutton. That's what they thought of Christ. Everybody thought, okay, all he did was drink all the time, eat all the time, fat dude that raised the dead, walked on water, right? You got a crowd around you of 5,000 every time we see you. Where you gonna go? We can't find you. You understand? So he's basically telling them, I'm gonna die, idiot. You can't go there and come back. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be killed. Where I go, you can't come. But he's also telling them, I got other flock. You understand? He's going other places. He was going to the place where we were scattered. Go to Deuteronomy 28:64 real quick. And somebody else can give me Amos chapter 9.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
So these are the dispersed among the Gentiles. We were scattered from one end of the earth to the other. You understand? We were scattered from the eastern hemisphere to the western hemisphere. All right? We were scattered from south of Asia to north of Russia. You understand? We in every corner of this earth. All right? So that was one of the curses of disobedience, was we're going to be scattered from one end of the earth to the other. You understand? So yeah, that's where he was going. He was going to teach all nations. He was going to teach everywhere. And then it says that he's going to teach the Gentiles. Meaning what? If we in America right now, right? Or we on YouTube right now, we teaching the Gentiles. Now everybody in here is an Israelite, right? But we on YouTube. And we get watched in Bahrain and China and Japan and Sweden and everywhere else. So the Gentiles is hearing us too. You understand? Same thing what Christ was going to be doing. He was going to be appearing in these different places where there was Israelites in these different nations. And he was going to be speaking to those that were dispersed among the Gentiles. You understand?
Sure.
Yeah. So, this is what we're dealing with when we go there. Is we deal with us being under the curses. Now go to Amos 9 and verse 9.
Amos chapter 9 and verse 9. For lo, I will commend, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. like as corn is sifted in the sieve.
Right? He said he's going to sift the house of Israel among all nations like corn is sifted in a sieve. So he's going to he's going to spread us out real fine. Right? And that's what happened. Did that not happen in slavery? I mean, you was literally sifted. Like, you was standing there with your son, and your son got shipped off to Virginia, and then you got shipped off to South Carolina somewhere. Right? You was sifted down to the lowest common denominator among all nations. Y'all see that? Some of y'all probably right now married to one of your cousins or something.
Straight up.
Right? Because why? Because one of your dad's brothers, or your grandfather, great grandfather's brothers was shipped off to somewhere else, and now you married to your own cousin, man. Y'all see that? Facebook making it a small world, YouTube, Instagram, all that. Cats has ended up marrying their own family members, man. What is the two actors they just found out? The two Harris brothers, I think it was the Harris brothers. One of them, the bald brother with the real big lips. He's in like every damn thing, and I never know the dude's name. And then the other dude from Remember the Titans, and he was in that movie with Cameron too, I think.
What are you talking about?
Paid in Full, right? It turned out,
brothers.
yeah, it turned out they just found out they was brothers all this time. You know what I mean? Both grew up actors. Now, you know what I mean? What if one of the brothers had a daughter, and the other one checking her out? They didn't even know they was brothers, man. Now you sleep with your own niece. You see what I'm saying? But that's how finally we were sifted. Y'all see that? So we was put into every nation that's on this earth. So y'all seeing that through the scriptures, and then that's why when we get to the time of Jerusalem, where there's so few of us there. It was only Judah, Benjamin, and half the tribe of Levi there. We had lost 9.5 tribes 700 years ago. See that? So he like, well, where's he gonna go? We ain't gonna find him. Well, I mean, all the Israelites right here. We it. So unless he's going to the other nations where the Gentiles went, is he going over there to North America, South America, Central America? Is that where he's going? Because you ain't got no shit. You know what I'm saying? So they're looking at him like, where are you trying to go? We can't follow you. Y'all see that? But yeah, that's why they're asking him that. The thing is, when you deal with us dealing with these other nations, and this is another question that got texted in, but when you're dealing with us dealing with these other nations and the attraction and things like that, that happened when you read Genesis chapter 6. You understand? The Most High, he didn't like that. That's why we got our lifespan limited. So you got to understand that was one of our big sins, was trying to deal and be like these other nations. You understand? And it wasn't like, okay, there wasn't bad women of other nations the brothers got attracted to, or there wasn't big, strong men of other nations the sisters got attracted to. What was the main problem in every instance was that we let them lead us to other gods. And that's what he wanted us to stay away from. Otherwise, like I said, like me and the brother was just talking about before class started, when you deal with Moses, right? In Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 2, the Most High gives Moses the law that says a bastard shall not enter into the congregation.
Right.
Well, why would he give that law to Moses, who has 2 heathen women? So his kids are instantly out of the congregation. See that? Joseph's kids, Ephraim and Manasseh, would have been bastards if you want to go by that definition, right? But when you look at the definition of bastard, which is mamzer in Hebrew, it also means a child of incest, and that's what the Most High was more concerned with. Was a man sleeping with his own daughter, a woman sleeping with her father or her brother, stuff like that. And that word mamzer means a child of incest also. You understand? So these are the things the Most High was making us watch out for. What we got to see is, we used to start, if you're not strong in the faith, it ain't no point even trying to deal with a man or a woman even of Israel. If your faith is going to be swayed by they show you the book of Enoch, and all of a sudden you want to go call down angels into your living room and deal with demons and all that. If your mind ain't strong, it ain't no point in you even being attracted to an Israelite. You understand? If they gonna sway you. That's why Paul said it's good for a man not to marry. Y'all see that? Even the apostles understood that when they talking to Christ. They're like, man, it's good for a man not to marry. Ever. Y'all see that? But see, the thing was listen, if you could get like Moses did, right? You don't hear about Moses going and sacrificing to other gods because his woman says so. Sure, his woman was mad because he made him circumcise their kid. See that? Because that was foreign to them. They're like, circumcision, why would I cut my baby's foreskin off? See that? And she was mad. She took that foreskin, threw it at his feet, said, you a bloody man because of the circumcision. Y'all see that? But she locked the hell in. David's women. David had wives of other nations. You don't read nowhere in David's time where it says he went off, except for with Bathsheba. And that was an Israelite woman. Y'all see that? So there ain't no so because you got people to say, oh well, Solomon he went off because he had wives of other nations. Well, he went off because he started serving those women's gods. You understand? And he was not supposed to do that. Our men were supposed to be stronger than that. You understand? Right. So yeah, the attraction, yeah, like I said, why would David get with a woman of another nation? He was bad as hell. You understand? You a king, and you could have your choice of any Israelite women, but you see one that's like, oh my God, right? Is she another nation or not? Look, you want to marry me? You want to lay with me? Okay, cool. I'm a king. We're gonna do this, but don't bring none of them idols in here. He said ground rules. See, that ain't no different than Adam married Eve, right? What happened with Eve? She let his ass and done some other stuff in the negative, right? Because he was supposed to be like, listen, you the woman. Whatever the Most High said to us, you don't do. If I catch you doing it, you out of here. I'm not going to partake in it with you. I'm not going to misery loves company. You're not going to get that. I'm not going to, baby, it's all right. I'm still going to stay with you. I'm going to kick you the hell out. He should have said it just like that, and that would have ended the whole conversation with the serpent. You understand? But what did he do? Instead of putting a hedge about his woman, like it tells you in Ecclesiasticus, right? Instead of him putting that hedge around her, he went ahead and let her go and entertain that spirit. Then when she came back with it, instead of shutting that down, he entertained that spirit. Now that was a chosen woman. She was the chosen seed, right? But he let himself get drawn astray by that. So that ain't no different than Samson and Delilah. That ain't no different than Solomon with his strange women. Israelite women done led plenty of men astray. Y'all see that? The point was, we got to know the mind of the Most High in Christ setting down these laws. The point was that we didn't go astray to these other gods. So are you going to be attracted to them? Are there some good-looking women and men of other nations? Sure. You understand? Are we saying, for right now, since we're trying to establish ourselves as a nation and keep away from all appearance of evil, are we saying go deal with them? Hell no. Because a lot of y'all young brothers and sisters' minds ain't minded enough to even deal with an Israelite man or woman that might not lead you astray, much less the other nations, because these nations are subtile, man. If they got the wisest king on earth to start sacrificing babies and rearing up altars to Molech, right? To start sacrificing live children to Molech, if they did that, these women got some silver, gold, platinum-plated tongues, man. You understand? And maybe in more ways than one.
Right.
It might just be more than conversation. You understand? Look how Delilah, she got that secret out of Samson. He's a strong man, man. Stronger than all you brothers and sisters in here combined. Strong-minded, strong body, everything. But they talked him clean out of his strength. You understand? Talked Solomon clean out of his kingdom. You understand? Back in the day, back in the times of Numbers and Deuteronomy, they talked brothers out of their power, man. The Moabites and the Midianites came in and started convincing strong brothers to start dealing with their gods, man. And Phineas had to stand up and spear two of them through their body while they was having sex. Y'all see that? So we got to understand that the Most High's whole purpose in not having us deal with them, he said it. He said they will surely lead your heart into other gods. Right. When you read that 1 Kings 11, verse 1 through 4. Right? Who we got on here? Did that answer your question, though? Okay, cool. Hopefully that answered the other question, the text one. Did any Israelites become wealthy while in captivity back in the ancient days? And is it possible to become wealthy while speaking the truth today? The scriptures say the Most High has joy in the prosperity of his servants. But we always teach this, Matthew 6 and verse 33, seek you first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. Now, Christ said, hardly will a rich man enter into the kingdom of heaven. Somebody can give me that scripture real quick. All right? He said it's hard. Why? Because he said it's easier for a camel to pass through a needle's eye. Now, we're not talking about a needle like something impossible, like a whole camel fitting through a little sewing needle. That would be impossible. You understand? We're talking about a little cleft in the side of a mountain where people used to try to go through to get pass through a mountain range. And they would have to actually strip all the burdens off their camels because the thing was only so small that a camel would have to crawl through and you would have to crawl through. All right? Now, to get to the other side of this mountain, to go through this pass. All right? So the camel was hard to get in there already, much less with all the burdens and things you had stuck on it. All right? So a lot of times what people do is rope all this stuff together and have the camel, they'll tie it to the camel and have him drag the stuff through that mountain pass. So it was hard for a camel to pass through a needle's eye, but it was not impossible. All right? But now, like we said about the women and the men and marrying and things like that, the riches, they persuade you, man. Once people get a certain amount in this world, man, some sisters get a good job and all of a sudden want to leave their husband. You know what I mean? I'm the one wearing the pants in the family. I bring home the bacon. Like, America got them so puffed up with pride, they get a good job and they don't need it. I don't need no man. You know what I mean? I'm a goddess. I'm a princess. I'm an empress, right? Right. I'm king. I'm Queen Isis reincarnated to the third power and all that. Like, they turn into that. Why? Because the money got them puffed up. See that? So is it impossible to get rich in the truth? No. There's plenty of brothers that have wealth. A couple brothers from Boys to Men, they got wealth in this world, but they follow the law, statutes, and commandments. They Hebrew Israelites. Whitney Houston, she was a Hebrew Israelite. Her and Bobby Brown. Now, you see what riches did for them, though. They didn't want to pay back their contract to the powers that be, and they took them out. They took her out at least so far. You understand? Yeah. So you got to look at these things and see remember this. We'll go to Psalms, right? Get it real quick for you. Let's see. Did you get that other scripture though in Matthew?
Yes, Matthew chapter 19.
Read that real quick. Matthew chapter 19,
verse 23. This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 23. Then said Yahweh unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Now read that again.
This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 23. Then said Yahweh unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Did he say it was impossible?
Hardly enter.
Right. Y'all see that? So he said it was hard for them. They hardly enter. Why? Because they can buy any temptation that comes before their eyes, man. All up to and including women and men. You understand? When we see a woman, when a brother that's humbled down in his financial status, or a sister that's humbled down in her financial status, when they see somebody they're attracted to walk by, some so-called dime piece walk by, right? They got to jump through hoops to get that because they're broke. You know what I mean? They just, hey, I got to run the best game. I got to try to show off the best I can and make sure I'm the cleanest smelling, best dressed. I got to put on the whole front, tell her a story. I'm a rapper, reincarnated from the dead, and I got superpowers on the low. I got to do everything, right? But when you got dough, that's easy.
It just pulling you with.
Yeah, you shoot. You do like this, and your watch pop out, and the girl jump on your lap. You know what I mean? Literally. You understand? We don't have women because we got a business in the mall. We sell oils. They see we got a business. They see ain't no white people there, ain't no boss coming over there checking us or whatever. They instantly come over and want to do all kinds of defiled things with you, man. We don't have all kinds of offers. You understand? And that's just from owning the business. I didn't even forget rich off it. You understand? Because that business paid the rent here, but they think we got money just looking at that. So these women will go nuts off the thought of you having money.
Oh, I was talking to someone about that. He said if you look at our business, he said we've at least made a few $1 million.
Yeah.
Like if we were selfish in our business,
Right.
yeah, we'd be million.
But where'd it go? You know what I mean? And none of us got no $1 million nothing. Why? Because that goes right back here. Go back to the schools and the businesses and the people, helping brothers out, bailing them out, helping them move from state to state. You understand? Books and everything like that. So I know that works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. You know what I mean? Going into his class. But we're rich in spirit. You understand? So the thing is, we got to understand is, it's hard for a person that is worldly wealthy. Go to Psalms 73, verse 12 real quick. This will answer the rest of the question. Huh? Yeah, Psalm 73, verse 12.
Psalm chapter 73 and verse 12. Behold, these days, Psalm 73 and verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world.
These are who?
The ungodly who prosper in the world.
What type of people prosper in this world?
Ungodly.
Right. So it's not the godly. It's not the ones that sacrificing their life for the Most High in Christ and for his riches and glory and their riches and glory in the kingdom and trying to build up a temple not of this building. You know what I mean? It's not for them. The people that's prospering in this world is the ungodly. Y'all see that? And you look at all the cats that try to do something godly that's rich. Lamar Odom, right? Lamar Odom, as soon as he throw on a t-shirt with the true image of Christ on it, now all of a sudden he face down, penis up in a damn brothel somewhere with drugs all around him and overdosing on herbs.
Anybody.
Right? You know what I mean? All of a sudden you just magically transported from the whorehouse of the Kardashians into the whorehouse in Vegas. Right? Who else was doing it, man? Bill Cosby used to teach the truth, man. He used to teach that we ain't Africans. Now all of a sudden, all his 40, 50, 60 years of acting and making people love him all around the world is gone in like a month. Because he raped all of us. Like, really? You telling me in between doing the Cosby Show, Ghost Dad, movie, TV, and radio appearances, right? Pudding commercials, right? Fat Albert, right? In between all that running around he was doing, he had time to rape a bunch of women. I just said it. You don't have to rape on women when they think you got money. He had money. Who the hell he got to rape?
No.
He come over and do the Jello pudding pop commercial when they face and they're ready to dip into the Jello. You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? So he didn't have no problem. He ain't got to rape a bunch of white girls. I'm sure there's a whole trailer park full of white girls following him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he trying to get a baby out of him. I want a Cosby kid. You know? You understand? But look at it. As soon as you become godly with your riches, what do? They try to take that from you. See that? Then if you are ungodly, that's easy to get riches. You easily get riches in this world. You know what I mean? You come out being a rapper and you talking about bitchs and hoes. Okay, stack them on top of each other and sleep with them at the same time. Okay, let me just cover them like syrup and pancakes. You know what I mean? Okay, you cool. But let you be a rapper that's talking about I got 10 women and I'm successfully taking care of all of them and I got everything in order. Your show will get canceled the first week. Like, what you mean you got 10 wives? Right? Sister wives, white guy, 4 wives, 5 wives, cool. Let it run. 6 seasons, 7 seasons, right? what was that show called, man, with the rapper? He had 10 women, 10 ex-wives, he was still supporting and taking care of.
Oh, Shorty Low.
Yeah. But I mean, shoot, he was successfully doing it. Had the one woman that was delegating the money out and dealing with that, right? Canceled first week.
Right.
Hello.
Right? So you do something godly, you do something even close to godly, or that represents power, they're going to cut you down.
Right.
You understand? So yeah, it's hard for a person to get rich in this kingdom. And you got to do some real ungodly stuff to do that. Especially if you want that Will Smith, Jada Smith, you know what I mean? If you want that kind of fame, if you want that rapper, singer fame, come on, man. Lil Kim done turned into a Chinese lion. Mariah Carey's a damn Barbie doll now. I mean, you got to basically sell out. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson, he died a white man and was born a black man. How you get that? So, yeah, a white woman. You know what I mean? So how do you get that? Well, you got to do ungodly things to prosper in this world, man. And some of those things draw on curses from the Most High Christ. You understand? Hopefully that answered that question. Should I read my Bible from the beginning? What is the best course one should take when just coming to the truth? And what books do you recommend? You can start from beginning to end. We usually tell people to start with the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Read about Christ. Because Christ will encompass the law and the application of the law. Then you can go back to the beginning and start learning about the law and learning about what you need to be doing. All right? And also, your history, Adam, Eve, all these brothers we've been talking about, David, Solomon, Joseph. You'll be able to learn that too. So, sometimes I'll read Genesis, then I'll read Matthew, then I'll read Exodus, then I'll read Mark. See that? So I'll bounce back and forth. So that way I'm getting that whole chopped up section. Then you go to your Apocrypha and you read, start reading Esdras. And then after Esdras, you go to Tobit, just go through that. So there's no way I can tell you is the best way to start. Is just to get started. Once there's a willing mind, that's what's going to be accepted. The Most High going to open up that knowledge for you. All right? No, don't be your own grandpa. Let's see. I ain't heard that choral song, but I might have to hear that. But any other questions before we get into the class? What's that?
Which chapter did you say? You said Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John to read in
Books.
the
Yeah, the first four books of the Old Testament, or the New Testament, excuse me. They call them the Gospels, right? Which just means good news. All right. But yeah, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John give all the accounts of Christ from different perspectives. All right. And then, like I said, you can bounce around from Matthew to Genesis and, things like that. That way you'll be getting the understanding of what's being applied. So by the time you get to Romans, you already know what's going on from Exodus. So you know the law, and then you see in Romans what Paul's talking about. See what I'm saying? So you're well-rounded. All right? Any other questions? All right. So we're going to go into this class. I lost it. What was it?
Money and faith.
Huh?
Or, yeah. Yeah, money or faith.
Money or faith. Right. So that last question go right into the class. As a matter of fact, that's good. Go ahead.
All right, so give me Luke. Well, question?
No, I thought I heard somebody start something.
Luke chapter 12 and verse 13.
Luke chapter 12 and verse 13.
Give me a comment once you get it. Go ahead.
Luke chapter 12 and verse 13.
Read that.
And one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother, that he divide the inheritance with me. And he said unto him, Man, who made me a judge or a divider over you?
Okay, so basically, this man, Christ is out, like he's always out, right? And this man, he knows about the inheritance. Israel has their inheritance. You always leave the inheritance for the elder son, and he divides that between the rest of his siblings, right? So this man comes up, and he's asking Christ. He's asking Christ about the inheritance between him and his family, right? So read
Verse 15. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
Read that last part again.
For a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
What do you think that means, Zion?
That his life, the material possessions of this world, hold on, yeah. A man's life consists, yeah, so basically, his treasure, is not materialistic from this world.
It's basically saying
Who can simplify it?
the importance of a man's life is not based on what he owns.
Value, okay.
Right, there you go. I mean, that's exactly right. Go to Proverbs 12:8 real quick. I'm just gonna inject this unless you got it already.
No.
Basically, man should make the money. Money shouldn't make the man. Right? That's how it's supposed to be. You shouldn't be, all of a sudden my chest is out, my head is up because I got money, but when you broke, your head's down and you low and destitute. You understand?
Right.
That shouldn't affect your personality and who you are. You know what I mean? I don't become the guy that just kicks bums over down the street just because I got a little change in my pocket. You understand? Or I'm too prideful to help out a brother or sister because I got money now. See that? Or I'm too broke to help a brother or sister. So I don't do anything to help. I don't even lift a finger or nothing like that to be around because I'm in my situation. I'm broke and this and that. The money should have nothing to do with what your spirit is. All right, go ahead.
Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 8.
It goes right along with this. That's why I want to put that in there. Go ahead.
A man shall be commended according to his wisdom.
His riches.
According to his wisdom.
According to his bank account.
To his wisdom.
According to his checkbook.
To his wisdom.
According to his platinum card.
To his wisdom.
Right, his bankroll.
To his wisdom.
Right, so a man's going to be commended according to what?
His wisdom.
Right, which is more precious than rubies and silver and gold. And all the things that can be compared to her, compared to her are nothing.
Right.
You understand?
Come.
There's nothing better than a man that has wisdom. You see that? So you can have all the riches you want. If it drives you crazy and you end up butt naked on Somali, running down the street trying to have sex with a car,
Right.
it didn't do you nothing. You don't have no damn wisdom.
At all.
Right? So if people ain't gonna look at you like you're a human being no more. If you ever seen somebody on Bali, man, that's what was that movie? It just came out. The dudes was dressed up like they was dope, right? she was bad as hell, right? Yeah. You was like, eee, right? Till you see her sitting down on the sidewalk taking a pee and sitting in it. And he was like, I don't like her no more. Yeah, she was bad though, right? But she got on that Bali, man, and chasing cars down the street and everything like a puppy. It started peeing on herself and everything. He was like, this chick is terrible, right? Yeah. Because that person ain't going to be commended according to their money and what they got in material wealth. They're going to be commended according to their wisdom. Y'all see that?
Just on that, to show you what the true value, what the Most High does value, because we're talking about this riches, right? Because a man is going to be commended according to his wisdom, right? Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. I'm going to show you what's valuable. Give me a count on what you get. Isaiah chapter 12, or chapter 13, verse 12.
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12.
Read.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
What did he say?
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
So this is what the Most High he considers to be precious. Because think about it, gold is very valuable in this world, right? But what did he say?
I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
He's going to make a man more precious than fine gold, not just a gold brick, but fine, reburned and taken out and beaten and then burned with it, to be rid of its impurities. He's going to make a man more precious than that fine gold. You see that? So the Most High, he doesn't have the, he's telling you right here and in Luke, that this life that we consist of, the so-called 120 years that we live on this earth, has nothing to do with riches. You see that?
Or even possessions.
Or even possessions.
They're different.
But listen, because here, let me show you something. Give me Psalm chapter 35 and verse 27. Now, I want to give you some edification on this because you look at King Solomon, right? One of the richest kings in existence, right? Right? Did anybody know that? Or you just saying come because you didn't understand what I questioned? Okay. Yeah, Solomon was filthy rich. Nobody to this day can be that rich. Right? But read.
You said what?
Psalms chapter 35, verse 27.
Read.
Let them shout for joy and be glad that favor my righteous cause. Yeah, let them say continually, let the Lord be magnified, which hath pleasure in the prosperity of his servants.
Of his servants, right? So the scriptures is showing you that he does, because it's not, you can't have materialistic things. You can't have a nice car. You can't have a nice house, right? You can have a couple of dollars in the bank account, right? Why? Because he takes joy in the prosperity of his people, of his servants, of his saints, right? But are those people, the Israelites who have those things, or what are they seeking?
His kingdom.
Did they come into the truth? They get a flyer, and then they came to class and say, wow, that's powerful, Jesus is black. And then they throw up the fist, right on, black man, and then get back to a job? Or did they hang in here long enough to find out, to get well studied and versed in the scriptures and knowledge, and then to use that for their benefit for a job? No? I only hear one person answer. Okay. If we could all answer together in unison. Okay, so wow. You see that? So read Luke again, verse 15.
Luke chapter 12 and verse 15. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of things which he possesseth.
So Christ is telling you point blank period, that your riches, all of what you got, even if you have something, right? It doesn't matter. That's not what your life consists of. What's up?
I'm sorry, that was Luke 15 and
Luke chapter 13.
13.
Luke chapter 12, I'm sorry, verse 15. You see that? So the Most High, he considers man more precious than fine gold, right? This is why, give me Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. Yes.
Real quick, when it says a man's life that doesn't consist in the abundance of things which he possesses, so that includes like your family, which you might bear, right?
If that makes you rich, if that's what you're holding on to, your life doesn't consist on materialistic things, economical things. Your life consists on being a servant of the Most High. You see?
Real quick, just on that, go to Galatians 3 and 1.
Galatians chapter 3 and verse 1.
Just want to add two. So. Go ahead.
Galatians 3 and 1. O foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you, that ye should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Yahweh Shai hath been evidently set forth, crucified among you.
Go ahead.
This only would I learn of you. Receive ye the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith?
Go ahead.
Are ye so foolish, having begun in the Spirit, are ye now made perfect by the flesh?
See, and this is the main point. Are you so foolish that having begun in the Spirit, right? You learn the things of the law because you heard it and you believe, right? That's following the Spirit, right? Now all of a sudden you made perfect by the flesh. Now all of a sudden your checkbook is what makes you a human being. Now all of a sudden, whatever Esau writes, however many zeros they write after the on your paycheck, defines you as a human being. That's what does it. Or right when they underpay you, that's that's you in the spirit now. No, you're not defined by what they write on that check. Matter of fact, they undervalue you on every check you ever got. What was that?
So that's funny that you just made that. You said because they underpaid you, that means you're in the spirit. So we're seeing that as almost like we're going through some type of trial.
Well, what I'm saying is like when brothers and sisters they have jobs, right? They look at that paycheck and that's what they use to validate themselves.
Right.
Like I said, especially when you get a wife, you're gonna see that, man. Especially if you get one that's fresh from the world, she gonna think her having a job is like it. You know what I mean? Like, now I can talk back to you. I ain't got to obey no scriptures. Like, well, you started with me broke. I helped you get that job. You understand? You got the job off of faith. And the Most High blessed me through you. You understand? So now all of a sudden you made perfect by the flesh. Now, instead of you being made perfect by what I've been teaching you and handing down to you with the Spirit, now you're made perfect by what the white man writes down on a piece of paper and you can take to the bank. See that? So yeah, we gotta stop valuing ourselves according to what the white man says, especially since they're overpaying or underpaying us. You know what I mean? And then they'll underpay you till you get so fed up that you want to go on strike, and then what? You come back to work and you're replaced by a damn robot. You know what I mean? You touch screen now, like the McDonald's employees, right? We want $15 an hour. Come back to work. Boop, boop. Hey, who's this?
Right.
You can't even ask them no questions.
Or on the other side of that, they use the Most High like that. Like they get this in their mind that when they come in to serve the Lord, right? When they come in to do the work, when you come into the Trooper Academy, now all of a sudden you're supposed to be balling out of control. You see that?
Right.
Now you're supposed to have a car, 2 women, and 6 kids, right? You're supposed to have all that, right? Because you began in the spirit, learning the spirit. Now you're supposed to reap the benefits of the flesh.
Right. That's how they make sure to prove that you're following the Most High. How many cars you got? How much money you got? Okay, I'll follow you. You know, because the Jews require a sign, but the Greeks seek after knowledge, right? So they want to say, like the churches, right? Or the preacher don't have a Hummer or a caddy. I ain't going to that church. God ain't doing nothing for him.
They ain't got no stained glass windows. They ain't,
right?
Jesus ain't in that building.
What building is this? You're on a strip mall. No, I want the standalone building with the stained glass and the big cross on the front. You know what I mean?
60-acre parking lot.
Right. How much your church worth? 68 million? Okay, I'm gonna come to that church.
Right.
I'll help pay your bills.
Right.
You know what I mean? How much your plane? 300 million? Okay, I'll help pay that.
It's crazy.
Right? See that? But y'all teaching the truth, and you just got the little building on Bracelet? No, I ain't buying y'all no books. I ain't buying y'all nothing. Y'all broke. Y'all see that? Yeah, it's like they say, money makes money, man.
It's hard.
Right? You appear like you got money, man. You make money. Because people definitely go and invest in that. Oh, it's solid. They're already rich. Well, how did they get rich? They either tricked you into thinking they was rich already because you require a sign, or they did some underhanded stuff and stealing from you. Y'all see that? But yeah, you gotta understand your value is what's in you, man. And I mean that on the spiritual and the physical level. All right, because like I said, they shooting all these cats and finding them with their organs pulled out of them.
Right.
That ain't a coincidence. These people making melanin creams and everything like that, and ointments made out of your melanin.
Right. Melanin actually is more expensive than gold.
Yeah, that right there, that's not a coincidence. The things you're made up of as a so-called Jew, or a so-called black man, so-called Mexican man, those things that are in you are more valuable than what they got out there.
Right.
You understand? Just your physical makeup.
Right.
Then the reason they try to cut you off from being a nation before the Most High, all right, is because when we get our spiritual power, when we're in our spiritual right place, they can't stop us. We rule the world.
I see it.
Y'all see that? What's that say?
See, I'm not rich with money, I'm rich with the spirit.
Right.
That's why I multiply. I see sometimes, Lord, I got more than enough, I'm just to multiply, and it's not money.
Yep. But you know what's good is the Most High see that you good with a little bit, and He give you a lot. He already said that in the scriptures. You know what I mean? So He see, okay, I can entrust you with a few $100s, and you ain't running off to the strip club as soon as you got a little bit of spare money on your check. Okay, cool. You ain't running down this and that buying prostitutes and coke. Okay, cool. You didn't snap. Let's add a little more to your paycheck. And a little more. Okay, your sister, you didn't snap out against your husband and act like you the man of the house and decide you was gonna wear pants and shave your head into a mohawk. Cool. All right. Let me give you a little. Your boss gonna want to give you a bonus for no reason. Let's see how you handle that. Or you didn't come home talking all out of pocket. Cool. We can keep that going. Now you get the instead of the bonus, you get the check raise. So every check got more money on it. See that? Oh wait, somebody offer you a better job now, and now you're in a whole better job where you're making triple the money, right? And if you pass that, okay, we're gonna keep graduating. That stuff comes. He told you in Matthew 6:33, you're gonna get those things, but your spirit gotta be following the Most High. You understand? Yeah. So it can't be that you. As soon as you get a couple dollars in your pocket, man, it's like, okay, I can do everything. You know, as soon as you get that first check, you're like, ooh, $700.
We made it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, nigga, we made it.
Yeah, like me. You know what I mean? All you see when you see a check is me.
Right.
You know, it don't have nothing to do about, yeah, the cap lights need to be turned on. Can we get a couple dollars for me? No, me. You know what I mean? I want. You know what I mean? Let me take care of that first, and then whatever crumbs I got left, you can get a couple pennies.
That's why they got that famous saying, you can't give a nigga nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Can't take a nigga nowhere and can't give a nigga nothing. Why? Because that's as soon as you look at our history from the beginning of the book to Revelation, every time the Most High lifted us up, what happened?
Forgot.
Yeah, nigga, this is me.
Right.
Right? We get delivered out of Egypt, right? And we in the wilderness.
I want to go back.
We want to complain, right? Nigga, it's me, right? We get to the promised land. We get what was it? You said fruit. It was the size of people, right? Yeah.
A cluster of grapes had to be carried by 2 men.
A cluster of grapes had to be carried by 2 men. Nigga, that's me though, right? Come on, man. Yeah, and it's worse even now because now you're underpaid, right? You don't get the true value of what you're worth, but you limit yourself to that, and that's what you want to get prideful over. Like I was talking to you the other day when we was in the mall. The Most High is our boss, right? We own a spot inside the mall, and we have to operate at their hours, right? But who do we answer to? The Most High. We kicked out the middleman. We go straight to the manufacturer who created everything. So there is no just me. You see that? So when the Most High, and then when you got to look at when the Most High does bless you, right? What is He blessing you for? What is He giving you in overabundance for? Right? I got a 3-bedroom house, but what was it? What was I given that for? Okay, I'm gonna give you a nice sized house. But what are you gonna do with the extra room? Right? I'm gonna give you extra food. What are you gonna do with that extra food? You're just gonna be a gluttonous? A fat pig? No, there's a brother who needs food. He needs hot water. Come on over. You know what I mean? That's what it was for. You see that? There is no me. We gotta get that out of our spirit. You see that? So that's why the Most High, He's not looking at what we have. He calls us more precious than fine gold. You see that? So why are we caught up on some paper money that holds no value?
I like the scripture they send it on the. I'm a fight fan. He sent this in Deuteronomy chapter 8, and we're gonna start at verse 11. Y'all gonna read verse 11 through 18.
Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 11.
Y'all got it? All right.
Deuteronomy 8 and 11. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God, in not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Now, why was he saying that? Read on.
Least when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses and dwelt therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is multiplied.
Right, so he's like, once you come up, right, once you got silver and gold and flocks and women and herds and all that, go ahead.
Verse 14, then thine heart be lifted up.
So what would all that money do?
Thine heart would be lifted up.
Your mind will get lifted up. You get prideful. You understand? Then you start looking down on people. Then you start, oh, I ain't got to gather 8 times a week and all this. I ain't got to do all that. I don't got to go to the feast days, right? I don't got. You know what? I'll just watch from YouTube.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shoot, I got me a $400 phone now. I can watch y'all from while I'm at the strip club.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Incoming.
And with the earbuds. I got the new Bluetooth.
Right.
Boom. There we go. ISP, HBK all day. Right? Now shake it. Go ahead. Put them on the glass. You know what I mean? Why? Because now your heart's lifted up. You can do whatever you want because you got all this money. Right? And he's going to explain it. Watch. Read on.
Then thine heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy God, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
See, so once you get all that money, you forget the Most High that brought you out of all the bondage. Right. That brought you up to all that. Go ahead.
Who led thee through that great and terrible wilderness.
Go ahead.
Wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions.
So you're going to forget the Most High brought you out of all your troubles, man. You're going to forget that he took you out of all the bad times and brought you up. You're going to like Kanye said, man, when you get on, he leave you ask for a white girl. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden, you just, you know what? I don't need the Most High no more. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And drought, where there was no water. Who brought thee forth water out of the rock of flint. Mm-hmm. Verse 16. Who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, with which thy fathers knew not.
Right. See, your fathers ain't even heard of no manna. That's why when it dropped down, y'all called it manna. What is it? They'll say, what is this? Because Abraham didn't know about no manna. Enoch wasn't over there eating manna. You understand? No, when man ate angels' food, that was when Moses was on this earth. You know what I mean? And the Most High was feeding them with stuff their forefathers didn't even know about. You understand? Go ahead.
That he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee.
So why did he give you things? Why did he bring you through all those things?
That he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee.
So that you would call on him. So you would be broken down and say, you know what, I need you, Yahweh.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't need the gods of Egypt. I don't need the gods of the Moabites and the Edomites and all these people that surround us. We need the Most High. You understand? That's why he brought us through all those terrible things. Go ahead.
To do thee good at thy latter end.
So you would, to do good for you. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of mine hand have gotten me this wealth.
See that? When did that happen? After you got all that riches, after you got all that gold, and you was full and fat and eat, right? Now you looking back and, oh, that manna? Yeah, that was a scientific phenomenon brought on by the fact that we came through the Red Sea so fast. Like, what? That don't even make sense, nigga. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? But do people not do that stupid stuff to this day?
Yeah.
To this day, they try to deny the miracles of the Most High.
There was an eruption of a volcano several hundred feet away, several hundred miles away, which caused the water to subside to 2 inches.
Right. On each side of the Red Sea to pull the water apart.
Yeah.
Right? We can't explain the dry land and the grass that grew, but that's what happened. Right? Everybody got a scientific explanation now. Why? Because they're so smart and they got so much money now. Right. You know what I mean? And they couldn't have been some force outside of myself that gave me these things. No, now I'm lifted up in pride and I made this money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I said, same thing as that situation with a man and wife. Same thing as a situation with a brother that get a good job. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden, the brother's taught him how to do all these tricks at Eastern Oils and how to talk his way in and out of any situation. And now he's working at a car dealership making $2,000 a week, and I did this. You know what I mean? I make this money. You know what I mean? What you mean help the school? Well, I made this. You know what I mean? Y'all can come work with me. Like, whoa, where you going with that? You didn't make that. We taught you that. Y'all understand? Yeah. But see, that's the problem is we get lifted up with that pride, man. And the Most High knew it was coming. That's why he said, lest when that happens, right? When it does happen, because you're going to do it, then you're going to have to start remembering my laws, right? Watch, go ahead, read.
Verse 18. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God.
See that? Go ahead.
For it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
Who gives us power to get wealth?
For it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
See that? So why do you have to seek first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness? Read.
For it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
See that? Because it's the Most High that says, you know what, I'm going to make your boss make you wealthy. Or I'm going to open up this job opportunity. Or somebody's going to walk by and see the fringes on your pants and be like, hey, you know what? I like that, man. You got that patented? We're going to make a fashion line off of that and pay you all the dividends off it. Like, what? Well, why would you do that? You could just put fringes in your own clothes. No, we want you to make it. You see that? And this person adamant that he want you to get all the credit for it. Why? Because it's the Most High that opens up the power to get wealth. Like I said, just from selling them little $30 and $50 oils, man, I done been offered jobs by the Boeing people, man. I could have been up in the horse ranch getting duped out. You know what I mean? I could have been getting that Boeing money. They wanted me to sell the planes and do demonstrations for them. One of the cats approached me on the oil cart because of how I sold him my oil. You understand? Yeah. But this is the work that we intended, though, that we are intended for. I ain't intended to sell planes. You understand? But yeah, I could have been making that money. We could have been Boeing, I could sell one jet and we'd be good. You know what I mean? Come on, I could have sold that to Creflo Dollar and made a commission. You know what I mean? Got some of that church money, right? But see, the thing is that the Most High said he's the one that opens up the opportunity to get wealth. But he gives you that wealth that can't nobody take from. You see that? He gives you that where it's like, okay, like right now I could get arrested and somebody could try to sue me for everything I got. Okay, like go ahead. I ain't gonna lose nothing. I ain't got nothing in my name. Ain't that what the rappers be talking about? Put everything in your mama's name, right? It ain't in her name, but I'm saying it's like you can't sue me for nothing. The stuff the Most High has given me can't be taken away by nobody but him. Mm. You understand? And that's just the material, the stuff that he put in my brain. You can't take that from me unless the Most High take that from me. Right? You know what I mean? The white man might get the thought in his brain, okay, I'll just knock him over the head and make him an amnesiac. And if the Most High will, he knocked me over the head and open up a new center in my brain, and now I got more spiritual power. You know what I mean? Now I can recall every book that I'm quoting from. You know what I mean? And page and ISBN number. You know what I mean? You know, open me up like limitless because the Most High they will be to get amnesia off of that. Y'all see that? But he's the one that opens up that physical and spiritual wealth. You understand? That's why it ain't important to him. He don't care how much money you bring into the table. You understand? Why you think Christ, when he seen that little woman bringing her 2 mites, he said she gave more to everybody. Like, really? 2 mites? That was more to everybody? Do you know what money? You know how money works? Right? No. 2 pennies is not better than one $20 bill. You're looking at it wrong, Christ. Nah, he said she gave more than everybody. Why? Because she gave in having the spirit of a person that will sacrifice. And the Most High can work with that. See that? I can't work with you when your mind is puffed up with your wealth. See that? Now you're a malicious spirit. Was that the end of that?
Wow.
Read that again.
Verse 18.
Uh-huh.
But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
See, it's him that gives you power to get wealth. Go ahead.
That he may establish his covenant, which he swore unto thy fathers.
Why did he give you the wealth? So he can establish his covenant that he gave to your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob. He told them, I'm going to make you wealthy, man. I'm going to make you the father of many nations. You're going to eat from the dew that drops on the mountains. You understand? He promised Jacob that. He promised Isaac that. He promised our forefathers these things. So that's why he will make you wealthy, as long as you keep representing. But if you grow up and you get a couple million in the bank, right? And all of a sudden you on Tina Turner status, and I'm your whole rank, you know, you doing all that, right? Who you giving all the honor to? All the honor and glory of your wealth goes off to some damn Korean couple that's calling themselves Jesus Christ. That's what that is. So you know, these little Korean couple, everybody praising them as Christ, them together as Christ, the man. Yeah, there's a few idiots getting sucked into that. But you understand? It's like, now you giving it to this couple that ain't even your nation, and you giving all the glory and honor the Most High that gave you, all the riches and everything, all the accomplishments, you giving that to another nation. Y'all see that? Now, what good is that going to do? No, he gave it to you to establish his covenant with our forefathers. So if you walk in the way of our forefathers, you get the blessing. That's what a lot of brothers and sisters don't understand is, if you do these things and disobey the laws, right? Deuteronomy 28 verse 15 down, right? You curse. But what happens if you do Deuteronomy 28 verse 1 through 15?
Blessed.
You get blessed. You go the other way. You understand? Once you're doing these things, now those blessings start opening up. Your health start getting better, right? Your woman don't want to leave you because you locked into the Most High. That's a powerful magnetic charge right there. You understand? You ain't got to be GQ no more. I ain't got to hit the gym and be able to bench press a car with my finger. I ain't got to do all that because why? Because the Most High already make people attracted. You understand? It's just with that knowledge of the Most High that He gives you, the Spirit that He puts in you. See that? That's what makes us rich. All right. So y'all see that, right? All right. Where you at?
Revelations chapter 2 and verse 9.
Right, so Kawada to I'm a fight fan for that scripture. That's a good scripture right there, man.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9.
Read that.
I know thy works and thy tribulation and poverty.
So the Most High knows what we're going through. He knows we're in a cursed state, right? He knows all this. He's omnipotent. This is the Most High, right? Read.
But thou art rich.
But what did he say?
But thou art rich.
Why are we rich? What is he talking about? Elizabeth. Or Ali Espa, I'm sorry.
The knowledge.
The what?
The knowledge that He's given us.
Right. What else? Were you still talking? Okay. Right on.
Spirit.
The Spirit. Right? These are all things that make us rich. What else? Samantha.
The wisdom and knowledge, brotherhood, sisterhood.
Exactly. These are all the correct answers. This is what the Most High is looking at. This is why He considers us to be more valuable than fine gold. This is why we are rich. He knows our poverty. Right? We're in the ghettos and the slums, but where's the parties always at? In the ghettos and the slums, right? Where the good food at? All the good food, right? Yeah, hole in the wall spots. Not no 5-star restaurant.
Sparkle.
Yeah, sparkle.
Y'all cats coming in internationally to this little blue shack in Houston because that thing is internationally known. It ain't nothing but a little blue shack you wouldn't even know about unless somebody told you or you drove by like, what the hell is that? But they got the burgers that'll be like this big. It take you 3 days to eat them. You know what I mean? Don't order no triple. You'll kill yourself. Because I thought they was going to be like this, little flat patties and stuff like that. Each patty is this thick. You know what I mean? But what? That's always found in the best places, man. You can't find that place unless you're looking for it. You know what I mean? It looked like a little blue rundown shack. The dude's in there cooking on a skillet, like your mama used to do. You know what I mean? And giving you Kool-Aid like would have killed grandma.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? That's all they do in there is cooking burgers and fries and everything else, man. Yeah, Kool-Aid and all that. They got the best food on the planet. But ain't nobody talking about, hey, this is a new we serve haggis. You know what I mean? We take a sheep's gut and we grab all its other inwards, the liver, the heart, and the kidneys, and jam it in the gut and boil it, and we have over 13 billion served. No, Ain't nobody eating off of what the so-called white man has made famous. You know what I mean? They eat off of what we make famous.
Right.
They eat off of all the wealth, everything we invent. There's a place in Colorado, man. Before we left there, they was getting rich because they put a southern soul food spot right in the middle of the hood, man, in 5 Points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tom's Diner or something like that.
Yeah.
White man owned it. Judah worked there, cook up a bunch of soul food. Ooh, this is the best soul food on the planet.
Black eyed peas.
Right? You know what I mean? Well, let them open up a spot, man. What they gonna open? I'm trying to think what they even invented to eat, really. A frog leg spot? You don't never see that, like frog legs over 5 billion served, right? You don't ever see on one of the sides of the building escargot over 5 billion served. All you can eat snails, right? You know what I mean? The only way they can get you to eat the stuff they eat is they sneak it into some stuff you eat. You know what I mean? Yeah, we eat rats, so we're gonna call that your Chinese food. Timmy Chan's gonna serve rat now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Orange chicken. Orange chicken.
Right. Your orange chicken to come out brown. That don't make sense.
For real. Why is my General Joe and orange chicken the same?
But yeah, every nation. Did you get that Revelation 2 and 9, man?
Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Okay, yeah, let's get there, man, because that's why he's saying we rich in us and what we have. You understand? Because it don't matter. In slavery, man, you got more people eating food we invented in slavery than is eating on delicacies right now. You understand? People will spend more of their money on a pig's anus to throw some hot sauce on it than they will on a whole lamb. They'll buy a bucket of chitlins, man, and let that stink up their whole block. Right? Why? Because some slave was like, damn, yo, that's what y'all gonna feed me? All right, well, let me make the best of it.
Right.
Clean it out, bleach it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, what's the hottest thing you can find? The hottest spicy thing that'll burn my taste buds out, so I don't gotta recognize that I'm tossing a pig salad right now. You know what I mean? What's that? Let me just do it. And now what? The white man came outside, looked at him, he was Chili George was over there. Oh my God. Now that nigga wanted, can I get some of that? He left the 5-course meal his wife made with no salt on it. It came out in the field to eat with Chicken George. You know what I mean? Why? Because that's our flavor, man. We're the salt of the earth, literally. What's that?
No, it was just that. It just brought back to my memory that show, House of Cards. I don't know if you ever seen it, but the president used to go down to the hood, go down to the barbecue shack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He went to old boy's little rib spot.
Right.
Yeah, he'd be over there killing them pork ribs, man.
Right.
I was watching that. Then what he do? He stabbed a boy in the back, man. Had him working as a damn janitor in the White House.
Right.
Messed up, man.
Where you at?
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. Eating that, yeah. Verse 9.
Verse 9.
Read.
I know thy works and thy tribulation and poverty.
So he knows the works that we do, right? In the truth, outside that world that we're hit with daily, right? He knows the works. He knows the hellfire and brimstone. First one's hired, last one's fired. Or last one's hired, first one's fired. I'm sorry, right? He knows the underpaid $5 an hour looking for clients. You know what I mean? Making $12.50 a client an hour, but they only want to work out for an hour and a half. Right? He knows about you got to pick up extra shifts on the weekend during the holidays so you can get time and a half just to make the rest of the portion of your rent. Right? You serve your country, work hard, right? But you got to hustle and bustle trying to work at a bowling alley. I was at a movie theater for a long time, right? An American hero got to work at a bowling alley. Got to hustle for clients, right? A man who's magnificent with cars and stuff like that got to work at somebody else's garage and get told how much you're worth. You see that? This is what we got to deal with. So the Most High, He knows our tribulations. He knows our poverty. But what does He say? Read.
But thou art rich.
But we're what?
Thou art rich.
But we're rich. Why? Because I'm my brother's keeper. You're learning to be your brother's keeper, your sister's keeper. Do you understand? That's what makes me rich.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta say this because we got new people that haven't heard that breakdown sometime. But when he said, "I know thy works and tribulation and poverty," he's talking to Israelites. He said he goes on to say, "I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie." Right. So if he's talking to the Jews, how is it that he's saying they in works and tribulation and poverty if those white people over there is the Jews?
Right.
All them people on the end credits of your movie is the Jews. All the people in the Diamond District are the Jews. All the people that own 90% of the world's wealth is the Jews. And he's saying they in works, tribulation, and poverty. They none of them got to work on Sunday. They ain't got to work on Saturday. They can literally take the weekend off, shut their business down, and be good. You understand? But look who is in works, tribulation, and poverty. The so-called Negro, they came over here as slaves, right? The so-called Mexicans came over here as basically slave labor. We're going to pay you 50 cents an hour, and you're going to do all the work, and then we're going to deport you, right? You can take any one of the tribes. Benjamin worked like 8 jobs. You know what I mean? There's like all the tribes is messed up under works, tribulation, and poverty. Now, how are we in works, tribulation, and poverty, but then we're rich? Well, he's obviously not talking about our financial situation because he just said we're in poverty. So he's talking about that spirit. Y'all see that? When you read Psalms chapter 137 that I gave to this brother earlier, but it says, by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept. And then it goes on and tells you, for they that captured us required of us a song, and they that held us captive required of us mirth. Right? So they want all that. Okay, we brought you over as slaves, but we need you to be happy and tap dance and sing and all this, right? That was the 1800s, 1600s. They want us to show our physical strength, right? That was for work, 1600s, right? Get over here and work. Then, hey, these niggas can actually dance. When we hang them, their little feet move to a rhythm. Let's go ahead and put them on stage. Right? So now in the 18 and 1900s, when TV and radio started to come out, now they want us to sing and dance because they heard our slave songs on the field.
Right.
And they liked it.
That boy can shine.
Right. You know what I mean? Put him on stage. Let's make him famous. Right? Then they took all that from us, and Elvis Presley came out. Oh, white boy, they could sing and dance because he hung out in juke joints all the time. Right? So let's make him famous and then move the black man back into minimum wage.
Right.
See that? Let's make him the R&B stars and everything, the rap stars, and since we learned all of their riches, right? And let's phase them back out. Now let's kill them in the streets before they make their platinum albums. Now let's kill them in the streets before they go on to make anything big. Y'all see that?
Right.
And then we'll put a white face as every aspect of music, every aspect of art. Y'all get that? So all the world got their riches from us. The Bible tells you that. See that? That's why you know he's not talking about no material wealth. But even that too, when they took over Jerusalem, they destroyed Solomon's temple. Solomon was the richest king that ever lived and ever will. You understand? They took all his wealth.
Was that in the Josephus? I was looking for that with how Solomon, how y'all talking about the gold, the lions? I was on the
gold lions,
right.
One on each step. You can read that right in the Bible. Yeah, it tells you he had a throne of pure ivory, right? Then he had gold lions on each step. There's 6 steps and 2 on each side, or 1 on each side. Y'all see that? And that was just to get up to his throne. That one, we're not even talking about the temple he built. The temple had golden spoons. All right, so using the temple, and you needed a spatula, or you needed a big old pitchfork to dig into the pot to pull out the sacrifice that was boiling. You dipped a golden spoon into that pot. Right? Yeah, you just had ridiculous, stupid money. Like, I'm throwing gold smashed up dust in my hair just to go hang out. The grills, my cheeks are comely with rows of gold. We already had that. That was a regular basis. Like, and then obviously we took them out because our teeth were white with milk, right? So we didn't let them sit in there just because our teeth were rotted out.
Right.
Like these rappers now, the reason grills got famous was because their teeth was starting to rot out because they was poor. And so they will put gold grills in there to protect what's left of their teeth. And they try to make that ghetto mentality a sign of richness now. See that? Nah, back then we did it just because we had so much gold, we didn't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? Like it's like, what we gonna do now? Make a skating rink? I don't know. Put it in your mouth. You know what I mean? Stud your mouth out, gold. You know what I mean? We had more opulence than you could think of. That's why Romans chapter 11 tells you through our fall, the nations got rich.
He had those pillars that were just they had their own names.
Yeah. Boaz and Jason.
Yeah.
Right. The two pillars he had just sitting out in the front, they weren't supporting anything.
This is the 2nd Chronicles?
Yeah, all that's in Chronicles and Kings, when you read about Solomon's wealth. You know what I mean? But yeah, he had Solomon built 2 pillars to stand way out in front of the temple, and then things didn't support nothing.
They were just there.
Yeah, you know how pillars usually hold up like we got pillars in here. Those are support beams. If you knock one of those out, the whole building collapsed. Right? Solomon just had 2 pillars, and it was 5 tons of gold, 5 tons of brass on each, just the top of each one had 5 tons of brass on it.
5 tons.
Yeah.
I think an elephant weighed a ton, right?
Yeah. But that's just sitting there on top of each pillar. So the pillar had to be strong as hell. Then he overlaid it in gold.
Amen.
And they ain't supporting nothing. They not holding nothing up. I just want to look at those.
Wow, those like that, don't they?
Right? Like, you see them? What's that for? Just had extra material. You know what I mean? Gonna give it to y'all? Nah, that's for Israel. Right. Oh, you build a school in Africa? No, I'm not Oprah. Go ask her. This is for Israel. This is thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. When you come to the temple of Solomon, you might as well pass into paradise, man. That's how that looked.
Where the doorman looked like he was the king because of his attire?
Yeah, that's the Josephus, man, where the Queen of Sheba came and worshipped the servant. She thought he was the king. She bowed down to the servant. He was so decked out, she thought he was the king. Y'all see that? So the riches that we had, they had never even seen. You know what I mean? Can you imagine how ignorant that is? You go to the Hilton Hotel downtown or something, you start bowing down to the doorman. They be like, what's wrong with you, man? This is a doorman. You like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought how broke would you have to be to think that was the president of the damn hotel? Yeah. The Queen of Sheba was bowing to the damn doorman, like, hey, old King Solomon, he's like, he's over there. You know what I mean? Like, stop scuffing up my shoes. You know what I mean? Like, our surface was decked out. You understand? Now that's just the material wealth. Remember, they ransacked that temple. Some of them had left the silver and gold because they was trying to get the books. You understand? Why do you think it got ransacked so many times? When they ransacked it this time, they didn't take everything because they weren't there for everything. And one time they was going in for the Ark of the Covenant, right? Oh, like you passed up all that silver and gold. And there's a whole pool outside of Solomon's temple. A pool. They called it baths. A whole brazen pool is a whole big thing made out of brass, about the size of this whole school right here, just with water. Or what you gonna put in there? Oh, you gonna fill it with water. Put some lily pads in there or something.
Yeah.
God's favorite flowers put out there in the bowl, a big giant bowl. Let some ducks or something swim around in there. Y'all see that? That's how much our riches were, man. And every time they would ransack the temple, they'd bring a whole army, leave every one of them with riches in their pocket. It still was enough for the next. The Babylonians come in and ransack it. There was still enough for the Assyrians. The Assyrians came in and ransacked the temple. There was still enough left for the Greeks, or the Persians and Medes. Persians and Medes leave. The Greeks come in. They take the stuff out the temple. We had so much that every nation that came and ransacked us couldn't even take everything we had, and they still got rich. That was just Solomon's temple. You understand? So you got to think about that. Then by the time the Romans was there, it was like, y'all ain't got nothing. We're just gonna have to roll over y'all till y'all get it again. We're waiting for y'all to get rich again. That's why when Christ came, they was asking him, are you at this time going to restore the kingdom to Israel? Someone was probably spying for the Romans, like, okay, you want to get all the riches back so we can jack you for it again? Because the Persians and Medes and the Syrians and Babylonians didn't leave us nothing. It was 5 captivities that ransacked the temple, and we still had a temple when Christ came. Y'all see that? So we were balling, man. Yeah, like, I mean, literally balling. Come on, man, we had a law that if your house got mildew in it, you quarantined the house for 7 days, so you went and lived somewhere else. You had a whole other house just in case your house got mildew in it. Are you serious? If it passed 7 days and the mildew spread, you got to tear down the whole house, get a new one. Who the hell got money like that? You know what I mean? Like, should we smell a towel with mildew? I don't want to throw it away. That's the only towel. You know what I mean? Damn, why you leave your damn clothes in the wash so long? Right? Those are good towels. Yeah, whole houses we were just scrapping like mildew. Gross. You know what I mean? Wreck it. Buy a new one. Y'all see that? But look where we done fell off to now, man. See, our richest, the richest person you could think of right now couldn't have damn built a chair in Solomon's kingdom with his fortune. Y'all gotta see that. Y'all understand? He couldn't have ate at Solomon's table. Solomon had kings at his table. Every time he had a banquet, he invited all the kings. 600, 700 kings from everywhere just sitting around. Where do you think he got that 600, 700 wives from? Eating with all them 600, 700 kings. He's sitting there at the dinner table serving everybody. Go ahead, eat. Everybody getting a 5-course meal.
You better get this family right.
We'll tell you how many goats and oxen and sheep he was slaughtering on a daily basis, man. He slaughtered 1,000 sheep one day just as an offering, just because it's Tuesday. You know what I mean? It wasn't even a high holy day. Just go out there. I think I messed up. I don't know. Kill 1,000 sheep. A sheep now is like $600, man. A whole sheep. He had 1,000 of them killed in one day. We're gonna do a banquet. You think P. Diddy got it? Like, cause he made some party in a rented house? Come on, man. Solomon buy a damn mansion bigger than this whole block. You know what I mean? For one party, and they'll have it wrecked because somebody coughed on something. I'm just saying, you know, we've got to think about the mildew thing. Just little germs like that. We didn't deal with that. You know what I mean? So yeah, somebody came in, oh, you let a leper in the back door, damn it, man. Break the house down, man. Let's get another. So you keep the lepers outside, man. Y'all see that? We had money like that. All right? So you got to think about these things to where we don't fell off, and now brother get a good job, right? Man, I'm making $13 an hour. You can't touch me. You're like, what are you talking about?
Still paying taxes, bro.
Right. Now, how much you pay in taxes? A fifth. Right. So for every $13, you got $5 taken out. So you make a minimum wage again. Right. You out. Right. Where you at, man?
Did you finish that?
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9.
Read.
I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
All right. So you guys have any questions so far?
Wow.
What's up? You look like you did.
No, that's just a question.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead. You can
No,
ask.
that's just random.
Okay. Go to 1 Corinthians now. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 12. Give me a count once you get it.
Chapter 12,
Verse 4. We're going to start at verse 4. So the scripture we just read, the Most High, He knows the poverty. He knows the estate that we're in, right? But He said we're rich. Why? Because we're going to be valued more than fine gold. You see that?
Fine.
So what are you choosing in life? This is what you got to ask yourself. What am I choosing in life? Right? You know what I mean? Money, cars, clothes, all the nigga knows, right? Is that what you're choosing? Or are you choosing to give your life up for the gainsay of Christ? To gain the Most High. Right? Because if you want to look at rich, come on, read verse 4.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 4. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit.
So right here, we're going over the diversities of gifts. These come from the Creator. This comes from our boss. Right? This comes from our Father. Read.
And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord.
So we got different offices, right? Different positions in the kingdom, right? Of the Most High. So we got different positions, different offices, different administrations, different positions, but it's all in the same kingdom. You see that? Read.
And there are diversities of operations.
Different operations. That's what it's saying. Right? You the workout guy, you the delivery guy. You the guy that makes the sandwiches, you the guy that reads on the corner. You see what I'm saying? But it's all according to, for what? For the kingdom of the Most High. Right? Read.
But it is the same God which worketh in all.
Where you at?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 7.
Read it again.
From the top?
Yeah.
1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 4.
No, verse 6.
And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh all in all.
So this is the same power, this is the same boss that gives us all these different positions, but it's all working together. Right? Like when we go street speak, you got the one brother who's speaking, you got the other brother who's reading, you got the other brother who's giving the flag, then you got the other brother who's giving the brothers water. But they're all doing what? Spreading the gospel. They're all doing the work. You got the sisters that sew in the garments, then you got the brothers that got to put on the garments and go outside. What are they doing? The same gospel, the same good news, the same work of the Most High. You see that? So just a different office, but it's all in the same kingdom. Read.
Verse 7. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal.
Read.
For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge, but
go ahead.
But the same Spirit.
You see that? So one has wisdom, one has knowledge. Right? Yes.
I thought like wisdom was like the same as knowledge.
Wisdom is the proper application of the knowledge. Right? Like I know it's like I know about certain things in military, right? I know about how to load a gun and all this, that, and the third, right? But I have that knowledge of it. These two men, they have the wisdom of it. Why? Because they were actually there in the front line doing that. You see what I'm saying? Now I could talk to you about martial arts, right? Because I have the wisdom and the knowledge of it. Because it's what I studied on, and then it's what I physically did. You see what I'm saying? That's what the wisdom is. You got one person that has the actions of it, right? You have a fighter who's literally, that's what he does as a living, right? But then you have the spectators who just watch the fight, who have knowledge of the fights. You see that? Do you have a question? Okay. Read.
Verse 9.
But it said it's of the same Spirit. You see that? So you got a person that's in the seats reading the scriptures, right? And then you got another person that's teaching you the scriptures, right? But it's of the same Spirit. We're all reading out of what? The same book. You see that? So just because you're in a different position than we are, we're still in the same kingdom. We're still doing the same fight. We're still going through the same battles. You see that? We're just more advanced on dealing with the tactics that Satan gives you. We're just a little bit more advanced. That's where that wisdom comes in. You see that? Yeah, I've already been when Satan tries to hit my household through the woman or through the children, right? So I'm experiencing that. So now I took that lesson, I gained from it. Now that's the wisdom that I'm gonna give you. So you have the knowledge, and then when the time comes, you'll apply the wisdom. You see that? Read.
Verse 9. To another faith by the same Spirit. To another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit.
So see, they're giving you knowledge, wisdom, faith, healing, right? These are all gifts that the Most High is talking about.
Right.
These are the richness. This is the richness that we should be having. You see that? If you want to be rich, if you want to compare your wealth and talk about your wealth, how many can put hands on somebody and heal them? Yeah, you know how to put hands on people, right? But that's for destruction. But what about lifting up? Who can do that? Anybody? That's that. Physically put hands on somebody and heal the ailments out of their body. None of us, right? How many want $1 million right now? I mean, be real, right? Everybody wants, so yeah, even little Noah, he wants $1 million, right? But why not acquire the same way we want that $1 million? Why wouldn't we want that attribute? Why wouldn't you want that being able to touch somebody and heal them? That's a richness to have, right? That's like an extra $1 in your pocket. You just found a $20 bill on the ground you just picked up. You're happy now, right? Why not be happy just like that, having that same attribute? I'm sorry, water. Right? It said having faith, the gift of healing, right? It said by the same Spirit. So it's still in the same, it's different position, different office, different administration, but it's still under the same corporation, under the same company, under the same kingdom, which is the Most High. Right? Read.
Verse 10. To another the working of miracles. To another prophecy. To another discerning of spirits. To another diverse kinds of tongues.
Diverse kinds of tongues, right?
Diverse kinds of tongues.
So that's just talking about speaking different languages. Being bilingual. Right? Yeah. But when if you have like a different variety of these gifts, now you're becoming multifaceted, right? You don't just have $1, but now you got $5. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now you don't just have $1 million, you got $5 million. You're a multi-millionaire.
Right.
You see that? And that's the goal. We want to get rich in the spirit. We want to get rich in these gifts. You see that? So what is a piece of paper with some digits on it? What happens if you burn that paycheck, that piece of paper? Huh?
No more records of that.
There's no more records, right? So you ain't got that. You ain't got that $1,500, $1,200, $1,300 paycheck anymore.
Right.
You see that? Check this out. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 7. Oh wait, finish verse. You finish verse 11. Rayon, could you give me Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 11. But all these worketh that one in the self same Spirit.
So all these different gifts, all these different abilities, right? You got the Fantastic Four, you got the Marvel, you got the, you know what I mean, Avengers. They all have different powers, right? But what's their greater good? The protection of the people. In this case, we're doing this for the Most High. You see what I'm saying? We all want to have these different abilities and these different gifts. That's what shows our valueness according to the Most High. You see that? Did you remember my charger? It's in my. Never mind. Where are we at?
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 11, last precept.
Okay, read.
Dividing to every man severely as he will. Severally, as he will.
All right. Right on.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 7.
Hey, give me a comment once you guys got it. Okay, read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 7. Get thyself the love of the congregation, and bow thy head to a great man.
Read it again.
Get thyself the love of the congregation.
That's another attribute to have. Getting the love of the congregation. Being liked amongst many. Right? Or looking decent and respectable in their eyes because of the way you carry yourself. Right? What was the scripture you quoted? It was Nathan, an Israelite indeed. Was it Nathaniel?
Yeah, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel, an Israelite indeed. Why? They could tell he was an Israelite because of the way he acted. You see what I'm saying? You could, the way you act and present yourself and carry yourself, the way you talk, show what manner of man he is. That's what the scripture said, right? Right? But with that, you can win the love of the congregation. Isn't that an ability to have? You like to be well known everywhere you go. Hey, y'all the oil guys, huh? You
Lion.
yeah, whatever. But that's a good attribute to have, right? Give me Proverbs.
That was Ecclesiasticus 4, verse 7.
Chapter 18 and verse 24. Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 24.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 24. Amen.
Hold up. Give me a comment once you guys got it. Okay, read that.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
A man that hath friends must shew himself friendly.
You're good must show himself friendly. Where we at?
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
A man that hath friends must shew himself friendly.
Right.
And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother.
So you're a good people person, right? Or if you're not a people person, you get trained in how to become a people person. You see what I'm saying? You got different offices. One that's good with crowds, one that's good with making friends with people, right? Or you can be multifaceted and talk to a whole congregation of people and make friends at the same time, right? Give me Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, chapter 6 and verse 5.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 5. Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 5.
Give me a comment once you guys got it.
Sweet language will multiply friends.
You see that? Where we at?
Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 5.
Okay, read.
Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings.
You see that? That's a part of that diverse tongues. You see that? Because you're well spoken, right? But now you know how to tune your words. You're good with your speech now. You know what words to say. You see that? You know how to get them right, like what you got to do at EO, right? To win that love over, to win them over, you got to give them what they want to hear. Like, oh, girl, that's good right there, right? You put that Gucci on that man, ooh, bro, that's you all day, right? Like, oh, man, bro, listen, you gonna get all the attention today. You got to tell them sweet words, right? What were you gonna say, Sister Mary?
So I see that's how I'm recognized in a lot of places. I'm always recognized.
Right. By sweet words. Was that it?
Right.
It says, "In a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings." Right? People are always excited to talk to you. Why? Because you always got something good to say, something positive. We're known as like the positive cart at work, at the mall, right? Yeah, we're the life cart. When we went to the fair, everybody talked about, we love passing by you guys. We love watching you guys. I'm like, what are you like spectators? Like, what are you guys like spectators? We're putting on a show or performance? In a sense, we weren't. Why? Because they love watching us. We dealing with ourselves when there's nobody else around. They sit back watching us like we a TV show. Like we're a sitcom. Today on American Eastern Oils, right? That's what it was always like. But that's winning over everybody. People who didn't even want to talk to us, they just from watching us and our sense of humor and the way the Spirit worked with us, with the Most High above with us, that won them over eventually.
Yes.
You see that? Was that it? Give me Luke chapter 16 and verse 9. Give me a count on what you got.
Luke chapter 16 and verse 9.
Luke chapter 16 and verse 9. So these are different attributes. These are all they look at just how many different attributes and how many different offices we just hit. And how many of those are instilled in us already? Or that we're working to get. You see that? That's how you should value your riches. That's how you should value your worth. Right? That's the type of faith you should be having. Why would you put your trust in going to your job, busting your butt off, getting a paycheck that doesn't even have the value of what it's printed on? The ink of what the paper that it's printed on. Why wouldn't you put your trust in what the Most High gave you? Why wouldn't you put your faith in what you can't see, right? But what you know you're capable of doing, right? I can walk into a movie theater, and I'm confident I can talk to that person, and I can get me and my brothers in. Why? Because I've practiced it enough times, and I've learned because I got taught how to do that, how to win over the love of the congregation, how to use a soft word to turn away somebody's wrath. You see that? Where are we at?
Luke chapter 16 and verse 9.
Read.
And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon.
You see that? You guys know what mammon is?
People.
Right. Right. That's exactly what it is. Now, is it saying love the world?
Wow.
Is it saying love wealth?
Wow.
What did it say?
Make to yourself friends of the mammon.
Why would the scripture say that? Right. What else?
I read the rest of it. And like, it's basically like if you do fall, you're friends with them, so they might give you a helping hand. Well, if you need it, you know.
Right. I didn't want you to read the rest. I wanted you to actually use your brain and think on that. Because you wouldn't get the answer if somebody just gave it to you to have the understanding of it. You see what I'm saying? Now you got the knowledge of it, but what's the understanding of it? What does that mean, Rayon?
I can't tell you.
You see? That's why you gotta stay with the class and read what we're reading so you can get the understanding when to apply it, so you can learn how to apply it. You know what I mean? It's called going through the steps. Right? So read it again.
Luke chapter 16 and verse 9. I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon.
So why would you make yourselves friends of the mammon? Elizabeth?
I have no clue.
You have no clue? Anybody? Want to take a stab in the dark?
Their benefits is your benefits.
Essentially. But you're not burning that bridge. No, you're right. You're right. You know what I mean? And but you're not trying to burn that bridge because there is going to come a time when you need to. You see that? I like to eat. I got a friend that works at Dave & Buster's. Right? He works in the kitchen at Dave & Buster's. Yeah. But because I became friends with him, he became a customer. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, he's in a position where I don't have to spend, me and my brothers don't have to spend large amounts of money to eat that type of food if that's what we want to eat. You see that? Because the brother was working at the mall and the guy wanted to smell good, didn't know that he was a manager at the Marquee Theater. And for the past, 4 or 5 years in a row, we went and seen every single movie we wanted, never paid for a ticket. Because of one meeting? You see that? For years we went to go see movies. Kids, family, everybody. Why? Because the soft answer turns away wrath, sweet words multiply friends. You see that? Because yeah.
That's what they does me, what they does is say, I'm gonna buy you a ticket to the breakfast. Everything we had, I'm gonna pay for. I didn't ask you to do it. And then this child here, she follows me, she said, you're gonna be my godmother, and I'm gonna pay for everything that we had. They always offer me, to say, I'm gonna pay for this concert, I'm gonna pay for your breakfast or everything. That's how I had friends, I had people that God sent me. He always sending me somebody.
Right. That's good.
Yes.
So in a way, it's like, what it's basically saying is like, if you have friends from like different angles or different avenues.
It said friends of the mammon of unrighteousness. You see that? Listen, we were at Park Meadows, right? And we used to sell this oil called Playboy. And you mix it with Desire, it's called VIP. Yeah, it was incredible. It was an incredible mix. I had this guy, he worked at Journeys. For a big bottle of Playboy and mixed with Desire, VIP, right? He gave everybody in the camp, he gave all the brothers shoes. He got this brother Doc Martens, I got him some Doc Martens. I had this other brother some Pumas, right? They were getting like Adidas, right? Because that he knew what we did. I'm like, brother, we teach the Bible. Hey, you're a Hebrew Israelite, this, that, and the third. He was like, brother, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Call it BS. Now, do I get offended and be like, oh, bump that? You know what I mean? No, because the Most High sent him because the brothers needed shoes at the time. Ain't nobody had money. We didn't have time to spend a lot of money on getting shoes, basic essentials, right? It was just a trial that the Most High wanted to see where we're going to lack in faith. But because we were diligent and because the diligent shall bear rule, the slothful are under tribute, right? The Most High he turned that man's heart into falling in love with 2 basic oils and gave everybody shoes. Not just some cheap Payless knockoffs. Come on, Doc Martens are like 150 a piece. Right? Yeah, everybody got shoes, multiple, not one pair.
Way more expensive than the oil.
Yeah, way more expensive than the $50 oil. $60 mix, 15 with pheromones. You know what I mean? But so you're making friends with you're making friends with the mammon of unrighteous. Not just rich people, but because during that time, the Most High is going to test your humility to see were you humble enough and nice enough to show that person that much respect and that much love during that time. That's called not burning a bridge, right?
Another thing, when you're dealing with that unrighteous mammon, is that what it says, or does it say caption? The mammon. Unrighteous. Why would you have to make friends with the unrighteous mammon if he's going to tell you love not the world and the things that are in the world, right? So you got to balance it out with the other scriptures tells you as using the world but not abusing it, right? See, why are we friends with the unrighteous mammon? Because the unrighteous are chasing after those things, and they're acquiring those things in ungodly ways. See that? And you maintain your godliness, but using wisdom and using those sweet words and multiplying friends, they coming back and they looking at you like, hey, you know what, man, you cool. Right. You know what I mean? Now, I'm out here drug dealing and pimping and doing all this, but you know what? I also own this company, so y'all need shoes, you got shoes. Like the brothers bring it up. You know what I mean? Hey, yeah, I'm doing all these unrighteous things, but hey, you know what? If y'all want to watch a movie, come on into my shop or come into my place. You watch movies. You know what I mean? I made friends with the guy at Radio Shack for one bottle of oil. This dude would give us microphones. You know, we need a microphone. Okay, I got the new omnidirectional microphone. You can talk into it from the side. See how I lost sound? That microphone, you didn't lose sound. So, you know what I mean? He switched that out for a bottle of oil. You know what I mean? And he was cool with it. You understand? Why? Because it was, okay, I'm not gonna work at Radio Shack in order, Acts chapter 6 said, we're supposed to go serve tables. But no, I'm not gonna go work at Radio Shack for slave labor, slave wages and everything so I can acquire one microphone. I don't have to do that. I can sit there and do my work, abide in my labor, like the scriptures say, and the forces of the Gentiles will be converted unto me. You see that? They'll come bring that to me. I don't gotta go off into their lanes to get what they got. What's that?
So in a sense, it's like networking.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Solomon had the king of Tyre, Africans, right? He was dealing with them, but they was paying him 666 talents of gold a year. You got to look at the weight on that. I think it's like 700 something pounds of gold a year. You understand? So where do you get all that gold from to build the temple? The other nations. Like, hey, give me that. Give me that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to give you some wisdom and you buy me some shoes. Right? Y'all remember that, Mr. Window? You understand? This is how we're going to train. You know what I mean? You gonna come kick it with me. I'm going to teach you architecture, astronomy, all these different things. You can come to my colleges that I set up and I'll teach you all these great things. You can send your little ambassadors and they'll listen to me just talk for an hour and then they can leave. And you leave me about 700 pounds of gold and I'll give you the words out of my mouth. You know what I mean? That was a deal. That was a steal for them. Like, yeah, do it every year. Give it to them. What's that, sis? Better. Because remember, you're not going to have to chase it. You're not going to have to go wheel and deal.
Right.
They're going to look at what you have naturally. And they're going to say, hey, you know what? We want, like, you deal with Abraham, right? He had to turn a dude down because the dude was trying to buy his way into Abraham's upcoming kingdom. You understand? The dude was trying to say, oh, yeah, you know what? That plot of land you want for Sarah to be buried in, go ahead and keep that. He said, nah, not this way. No one can say that you built Abraham. You understand? Abraham wouldn't take that from him because he didn't want them to say, oh, okay, well, we helped build that. No, only the Most High built this. See that? So it was better than that is because these people wanted to give up everything they had. They wanted to give up money, armies, everything, just to hang around these certain people, just to be around that spirit. You understand? So that was, you was freely given the spirit by the Most High. You didn't have to buy it except with sacrificing to him, being loyal to the Most High, right? Then he gave you wisdom freely. Then the nations want to buy that from you, so they give you everything carnally you needed.
We see that today when we go to work every time.
Yeah, it ain't no barter. It was like, barter means I got to haggle with you. I hope you value this phone as much as I value what you got so we can trade, right? Nah, they was looking at him like, wow, you're smart, man. Give this dude a whole bunch of gold. You understand? When the Queen of Sheba came, she was like, wow, he got it. And she fainted. You understand? That's what the scripture said. You tell you she fainted. She passed the hell out. She saw so much, she was like, out. You understand? And had gold shipped from her country, gold and spices and things like that shipped to Solomon, just off of hanging out with him. He didn't even hit it. The scripture don't count Sheba as one of his wives. He didn't even hit that. So it wasn't even like with the wives he had from other nations. Like, hey, we'll do this for you if you marry my daughter and we say we was joined up with you. It wasn't even like that. Off a conversation, she was shipping him gold and spices, costly gold and spices. See that? Yeah, that's just paying the king.
Like, this dude cold, I gotta give him something.
Right.
Good. Read. So, did you finish that scripture?
Wow.
Read.
And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness, that when ye fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitations.
You see that? So they're able to help you out in your time of need, right? But you're not putting your trust in that person. You just made friends with them. That's not your lifeline. Your lifeline is the Most High. But because you're connected, you stay connected to the Most High, they're watching, right?
And it almost lines up with the scripture about being smart as a serpent but harmless as a dove in a sense as well, or no?
Kinda. I mean, yeah, you could say that, but you don't have any ulterior motives behind it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like when you see me talk to somebody, right? When you see me talk to a customer, it's about comic books. It's just a genuine conversation about comic books.
Right.
But then all of a sudden he tells me, "Oh, well, I do this, this, and this." But then I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I got a brother. He needs that kind of help. Okay, I'm gonna stay connected with you. So when it comes up, like the brother with the microphone, you know what? Dang, we do teach with a microphone. We do need a microphone. You know what? Hey, you said about that microphone. Can I get that for this? Boom. You see that? So he came in time with me. You see that?
And that's bartering. You know what I mean? That was a trade, you know, basically I'm a deal and deal with you. But we done had people they drop off a whole meal. Hey, you guys are cool, man. We had this one girl was talking about one of the brothers. She said she was in the mirror getting made up in the bathroom, right? And you know this other girl came out. She was like, yeah, she's in there getting made up for you, right? She said she gotta look good for Gabe, right? So she's in there getting her makeup right and everything just so she can hang out with her brother. You understand? Yeah, it's like people. I had one lady come up to the car in Memorial City. Beautiful Judite, man. Had dope, right? She was walking in the shoe store snubbing stuff like, this ain't good enough. You know what I mean? She came out, had the conversation with me, bought an $80 oil. She bought one oil, spent $80 on it, $85 on it, right? Mixed feed, pheromones, all that. Left the oil there, walked over to the shoe store. When she came out, I was like, hey, you forgot your oil? She's like, oh, no, I just wanted to support. So off a conversation, we had another white lady in Colorado. Came back and spent $300 with the brothers. She didn't spend nothing with me. We had the conversation for like an hour. I'm giving her a rundown of what the oils do, showing her all this stuff. She's, wow, you're so smart. Looking at me like, how do you know that, Negro? You know what I mean? Yeah, cookie. Old Eli chick, man, trying to hold on to that youth, man. Blonde hair and all that. And she sat there taking notes off of everything I was saying like it was the word of the Most High, man. Right. Came back, the other brothers was there. She spent $300 with them without a conversation. See that? Like, let me get this and this, and he told me this does this, and then you just, here, buy that. You know what I mean? Right. Why? Because they want to hang around that wisdom. See that? They just want to say they was a part of that. Right. You know, we don't have weird old mystics come up with rocks and dangle them around the shiny little jewels and dangle them around the oils and say, oh yeah, this has your spirit on it and everything. I'm going to buy that. Like, what the hell are you talking about? All right. Yeah, like you see how it swings this way when I put it near you, and then you see how it swings the same way with this one, but not with this one. You haven't touched this one. I'll be like, yeah, I don't mess with patchouli. That's weird. You know what I mean? All right, yeah, you want to buy that one? Cool. You see what I'm saying? They do all that just why? So they could buy a piece of that spirit you got on. You go into Acts, they try to do the same thing. Simon the Magi, he wanted to buy the spirit. How do I get this power you got? You know what I mean? They made him blind just for even doing that, just for even attempting to think you could buy the spirit. Y'all see that? But that's the thing, is people will go that far just to get a piece of it. They can't figure out how you got what you got. You know what I mean? I ain't seen no videos of no white man jumping from the free throw line to make a dunk. I ain't really seen it without a trampoline or something. You know what I mean? People still trying to figure out Michael Jordan, like the physics don't make sense, the lift, the rise, the run, the trajectories, all that don't make sense. Physics can't explain this dude. Like, well, the spirit can, but I want to get from here to there and I don't want to walk. Simple as that. That's how babies do it. You know, I want to get from here to downstairs and I don't feel like walking down there. I'm going to jump off of this. Bounce a couple times and live. Y'all see that? Because in their spirit, that, oh, when I fall down there, I'm going to die. I watched a baby fall 3 floors. I got a video of some Chinese kid, he got on the escalator and was trying to ride down the side on the rail thing, and he fell off the side, and you see the camera from the second floor. He said, like that, and the camera on the bottom floor. He bounced and hit and just laid there for a second. All these people came out. He ain't had one broken bone or nothing like that. Fell down 3 floors. Y'all see that? Hit the ground straight up. Pow! But it's a baby. Some things they ain't got in their mind, like, oh, if I fell down that far, I'm going to die. We get it in our mind, and then it happens. See that? Ants, they lift this whole coffee cup, one ant. 1,000 times their own weight. Because nobody told them they can't. Like, you can't do that. Like, it's just belief. Their spirit is, that's what I do. Y'all see that? Bees fly, same thing. It's like, you can't tell me, science is still trying to figure out bees. They're not aerodynamically sound to fly. They shouldn't be able to fly. And nobody told them they can. They don't know the laws of aerodynamics. You understand? But that's the riches they got in them. The Most High put those same type of riches in us. You understand? You'd be like, man wasn't built to fly. Why? Because you don't know black people invented that. You understand? You don't know the angels showed us that. You don't know that we was watching them like fly in and out the atmosphere like, wonder how you build one of those. Why do you think every year the newest plane is looking more and more like a damn UFO? The newest fighter jets or the newest stealth this or whatever is looking more and more like a UFO or like what you see described in the scriptures. Because they're taking the Bible and saying, how do I make that? You understand? Yeah, this is the riches they took from us. All of that, man. You deal with the book, the scholars, the colleges. All that was built off of our knowledge of things. Y'all see that? And now they trying to catch up. Like, okay, what you just say? Okay, let me write that down. See that? Shoot, a decade ago, brothers was lecturing in colleges. This same truth we teach right now. They was inviting brothers, hey, come to my college. High Priest Yeshua had been invited to a few colleges. You know what I mean? Come to our college and teach a discourse. Just talk to the students. Teach them what you know. Hey, damn. All I did was, some brothers ain't even graduate college. And we teach in college. How you get that? Y'all see that? Brothers ain't graduated high school yet. Giving discourses in front of colleges. Cats got to take notes from them. That's the riches that the Most High has given us. You understand? Yeah. And we'll do that freely. No problem. We'll pay them. Hey, come on in. Everybody else, hey, you want to learn Klingon off of Star Trek? Okay, you got to pay for that. But hey, you want to teach the Bible, history, nationality, archaeology, anthropology according to the scriptures? Okay, we're gonna pay you for that. Y'all see that? That's the riches that's locked in us, man. That's what we got to hold on to and keep following the Most High so He can keep increasing us.
Yes.
You understand? So we can live up to that Deuteronomy 28 verse 1 through 15 and come out from the 15 to 68. You understand? We don't need to be under the curses no more. If you under them curses right now, that's because you still hold on to something, some kind of disobedience to the Most High. Man. You see that? If you ain't seeing yourself slowly come out from them curses and damn, everything I do is prospering now. If you ain't seeing that in your life, then you still holding on to something. You understand? If your health ain't improving, if your wealth ain't improving, that's not saying that you're evil. It's just saying you holding yourself back. It's something you're doing that's holding you back. You understand? Because there's no reason the Most High can't have you at least in peace and prosperity and at least where you, at least even. You know what I mean? Where you make just enough to pay for what you need. You see that? Come on, he said that. He said, look at the birds of the air. They don't toil, they don't work. You know what I mean? But your Heavenly Father feeds them every day. Y'all see that? In Matthew chapter 6. So every time you look at that, you got to see, well, that means He gives us what we need. He gives us our riches. You see that?
Oh, just on what you're saying. Right. Give me Isaiah chapter 55 and 1.
Isaiah chapter 55 verse 1.
Read.
Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come to the waters.
Did he say bring money?
Uh,
What did he say?
everyone that thirsteth.
Anybody who's thirsty, right? Everybody get thirsty, right? Let me see a show of hands. Yeah, y'all some thirsty people, right? What did he say?
Everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters.
Was he talking about money?
No.
No, anybody who's thirsty, anybody who wants this work, come and get that.
Yes.
Right? Guess what? Because you're serving the Lord for so long, you guys are out in this hot, quitching sun. Right? You sisters are over here sweating, sewing, and pricking your fingers, right? Y'all look thirsty. I didn't know you guys were in here, but let me come in and bring you guys some water. Oh, you guys been out here for like 2 hours, 3 hours, covered in sweat. I didn't know if you guys had something to drink, but here goes some water. You see that? Where was the money at? Where was the paycheck at? Did it say anything about that? Read.
And he that had no money, come ye, buy and eat.
What did it say?
Come ye, buy and eat.
Hold on. It was he who had the card, right? It said he that had no money. Again, the scriptures are showing you that money's not important. You're chasing your dream. You're chasing the wrong dream, George. Right? Let y'all see glory. Read.
Come ye, buy and eat.
It said buy and eat. Read.
Yeah, come, buy wine and milk without money.
What did it say? With money?
Without money.
With a bank card.
Without money.
With a bankroll?
Without money.
You can get it on credit.
Without money.
It said come buy these things without money. You're doing the service and work of the Most High, right? These people already see the richness inside of you. Why? Because a part of them knows their spirit bears witness to the truth that a man is more valuable than fine gold. This woman is more valuable than fine gold. It's in my spirit. I don't necessarily support what you're doing, but it's in me to give you this food. It's in me to give you this water. Right? I don't know what the hell you just said, but it sure sounds good. Right? Read.
Without money and without price.
You see that? Give me 52 and verse on that. Isaiah chapter 52 and verse 3.
Isaiah chapter 52 verse 3. For thus saith the Lord, ye have sold yourselves for naught.
You see that? Everybody, he was talking to Israel. All right, read it again.
Isaiah chapter 52 verse 3. For thus saith the Lord, ye have sold yourselves for naught.
You sold yourselves for nothing. You see that? You guys got high-minded when you got that paycheck and thought you was the SHI, right? And you sold yourselves for nothing. Like my mom's generation, she said, you know what? One thing when you die, you never see a U-Haul towing or a hearse towing a U-Haul. Huh? That's deep, huh? Because that's showing you can't take these things with you. You sold yourself for nothing. You tried to choose this money, this world, this kingdom above the Most High. You chose the middleman instead of the main man. That's what you chose. He said you chose for nothing. Read.
And ye shall be redeemed without money.
But he said, you know what? You're going to be saved. How?
Without money.
You're going to be redeemed. You're going to be saved, right? Without money. Why? Because you're the value. Not what you're doing. It's what you're doing. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. You're the value, and what you're doing is value. You see that?
And also, since we were sold into slavery for money, right? But when we get saved, ain't nobody gonna come and buy us out of slavery.
No.
You understand? Just like Deuteronomy 28:68 told you, no man shall buy you, right? Why? Because that's not how we gonna get redeemed, get bought. You understand? We're not gonna get out of this captivity by somebody coming over like, hey, I'm gonna give you guys all 40 acres in the middle, get on the boat, let's go back to Africa. It's not gonna happen. You understand? We're not. I came over here and paid for every servant of a slave or every son of a slave and daughter of a slave in America. We want them back. We're gonna take them back to Israel and build you a nation. No, there ain't no Arab money going to that. You understand? We're not gonna be bought back. Think about it. Who could buy us back? You understand? They could buy us the first time, right? Because we didn't have. They was basically bringing us to slavery and selling us for pennies, right? We were sold for nothing, right? But to try to buy us back now after we done came over here and multiplied like jackrabbits, like we can't afford y'all now. There's too many of y'all. See that? So the only way we're gonna be able to get redeemed is without money anyway. See that? The only way is he got to go to Joel and say, I'm going to plead with all these nations. I myself am going to plead with all these nations, and I'm going to take my people from them. You see that? Right, because we were that wealth. We was his jewels and his good and pleasant things. You understand? And he's going to redeem us because we're valueless now. There's nothing nobody can think of to value us. When they want your melanin, what they got to do? Well, just kill him. You can't offer no money for his melanin. You know what I mean? You can't offer him money for that. He ain't gonna give you that. You know what I mean? You want his organs? You know what I mean? You need his liver or whatever. You can't pay him no amount of money for that. Nigga ain't just gonna give you his only liver. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I wasn't using it anyway. We need that. See that? So we gotta kill him. We need those things. They stronger than us. The Israelites are more lively than the Egyptians, right? We need their life. We need their spirit. You know what I mean? We need their blood in bags in a bank. We need, you know what I mean? We need every part of them from the head to toe. Y'all see that? So when somebody comes to buy us, what can they do? Your body's worth I think it's like $5 million on the black market. So yeah, like your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, piece them all out and sell it for parts on the black market, you were worth about $5 million. You see that? Why? Because they need you. They need your healthy organs, your black skin, you know what I mean, your brown skin. They need that to keep themselves alive. You understand? But how much can they pay? They gonna pay $5 million per head to get us back? Hell no. Ain't nobody on the earth valuing us like that. You understand? So they value us in secret, and then openly, I ain't worth nothing. Nah, I want nothing from you. Like, really? Because you're sleeping with our women a lot. You know what I mean? Y'all certainly doing that. Your woman is calling our men on the low a lot. You understand? So, y'all want something from us. Y'all see this? But that's the only way we're going to be redeemed. We're too valuable to be redeemed with money. The only way is that the Most High going to say, look, give me my people. When you read Joel 3 verse 1 down, give me my people. Out of every nation they in, you Norwegian? No, you're not. Get over here. You're Judah. You know what I mean? Okay, you was Australian. Okay, now you're not. Now you're a Issacharite. You understand? You're going to pull us out of every nation we in. But he ain't going to do it by, hey, look, I'm going to give you this much for that one. You understand? You're going to be redeemed and bought without money. What else you got? Go to Psalms. Yeah, Psalms 36, verse 7. And we're going to read through verse 9. Psalms 36, verse 7 through 9.
Psalms chapter 36, verse 7? Verse 7?
Yeah, verse 7.
Psalms chapter 36, verse 7. How excellent is thy loving kindness, O God! Therefore, the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings.
See that? There's nothing else that you can't have job security. Can you? Ain't no job that says, oh, you got job security. No, we had out at will state.
Psalms 36.
The boss wake up and you combed your hair wrong, you fired. You know what I mean? Do I get a 2 weeks notice? No, get the hell out, pack your stuff. You know what? Leave the stuff. That's ours. Get out. You know what I mean? Yeah, they own you here. So, you know what I mean? The thing is, there ain't no security. There is nothing else you can hide up under. There's going to be as secure as the Most High. That's what David's showing you. The Most High's loving kindness is more secure than anything you can get. Read on.
Verse 8. They shall be abundantly satisfied with the fatness of thy house.
Y'all see that? We just off of us, the nations got rich. You understand? The fatness of the Most High's house is how we get rich. We seek first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness. That's how we get rich. That's how we get more rich in spirit. You understand? Read on.
And thou shalt make them drink all of the river of thy pleasure.
Right.
Verse 9. For with thee is the fountain of life.
Right.
In thy light shall we see light.
Y'all see that? That's not something that requires money. There's no exchange of funds right there. You understand? All it requires is for you to stay consistent in your spirit on the Most High. For you to make sure you're studying all the time. Make sure you're in the book all the time or meditating on the word of the Most High all day and all night. Being found doers of the word and not hearers only. That's all you got to do. And he opens you up to all those things. Y'all see that? He opens you up to, like I said, I can tell you through my life alone. You know what I mean? But he'll open you up to all those different stages. Y'all see that? Some of y'all experience it right now. You got brothers and sisters that came back like, man, I feel so much better now that I'm back with y'all. I feel things falling into place for me. You know what I mean? Like I was losing things in the world, but now I'm gaining. You understand? Now you're gonna lose here, but what are you gonna lose? Things that ain't worth nothing. You know what I mean? Oh, I had to move out of my parents' house and move in with the brothers. Okay. So you had to become a man? Is that what you're saying? You had to leave your parents' house? 24-year-old brother? Right? Oh, I had to leave. I had to shut down the business and follow the truth and do all this. I done gave everything. Okay, well, what did you gain? You gained things that people shut down their business for to buy. You understand? You gained stuff where it says a man found a treasure in the field and he sold everything he had to get that treasure. That's what you gained. You see what I'm saying? You gain things that the angels desire to look into. You sitting over your friend because, man, that was my good couch I had to leave at my mama's house. You ain't gave up enough for the truth. Have you suffered under blood? Have you resisted under blood, striving against sin like Christ did? You ain't gave nothing. Y'all see that? And even then, that body was going to die anyway. You didn't need it. Right? He was born, you was getting 120 years out of there. At least you got 33 good years. You know what I mean? It wasn't guaranteed for life anyway. Y'all see that? It's like you buying a car and think it's gonna last forever. Come on, man. That thing gonna break down next week. You drive off the lot, you might as well drive it into a pole. Right? But you counting on that. I'm gonna have that forever. No, you're not. It devalued as soon as you drove it over the lot.
Of the car?
Yeah. You understand? Your body devalues as soon as you get out the womb. That's what they say. You live to die? Really? No, we live to live. We live that others may get life, the real life. You understand? That's stuff that can't be valued. Where you at?
We're in Psalms chapter 112. Start at verse 1. Huh? Yeah. Psalms chapter 112. With the Hebrew Israelites as well. Yeah, go ahead. Give me a count when you got it.
Psalms chapter 112, verse 1. Praise ye the Lord. Blessed is the man that feareth the Lord.
Hold up, I need you to read it again. Read it like you want to read it. Read it with some spirit.
Praise ye the Lord.
Because what did it say?
Praise ye the Lord.
Okay, do that. Read that.
Praise ye the Lord. Blessed is the man that feareth the Lord.
The blessed is that man who respects the Most High. Right?
Come.
So you're praising the Most High, and blessed be that man, that individual, that household, that man, that woman, that child that respects the Most High and loves the Lord. Right?
Come.
That's doing what he said. Read.
That delighteth greatly in his commandments.
It says that delighteth greatly in his commandments. And what is the love of the Most High? Class?
Do his commandments.
That we what?
Do his commandments.
All right, you guys sound sour. You guys sound bitter. That we what?
Do his commandments.
Thank you. Praise the Lord with your heart, with your whole spirit, right?
Right.
So the love of the Most High is that we keep his commandments, right? Why? Because his commandments are not what?
Grievous.
What?
Grievous.
His commandments are grievous. The way you guys sounded before that, like it was grievous. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. No. Baruch Hashem, right? With all your strength. That's what makes you valuable. Bruh, I'm sorry. You guys ever heard the expression stick in the mud?
Yes, God.
You know what that means? That's just a piece of wood in mud. It's not entertaining. It just sticks right there. Right? We're the flavor, we're the fire. You think gold is like that? No. Gold is valuable, right? It's lively. Right? It conducts electricity and all these things. Has all these properties in it. Right? So we gotta be that way. So it said, praise the Lord, right? Praise you, the Lord. Blessed be the man that respects, that fears the Lord, and delighted greatly in his commandments. Why did they delight greatly in his commandments? Because they lead towards life, prosperity, and health. You see that? Those pertaining to righteousness, right? So it said, greatly is delighted greatly in his commandments, right? Read.
Verse 2. His seed shall be mighty upon earth.
Because you're delighting greatly in the Most High, right? Because you're following his law, statutes, and commandments. What did it say?
His seed shall be mighty upon earth.
Because you're obeying your seed, the works that you're doing, the offsprings that you're creating, is going to what? Shall be mighty upon the earth. Right? Read.
The generation of the upright shall be blessed.
The generation of the upright. Who are the upright?
The righteous.
Who are the righteous?
Israel.
Those who keep his commandments. Yes, Israel. But those who keep his commandments. The Israelites that keep his commandments. Right? Read.
Verse 3. Wealth and riches shall be in his house.
What did it just say?
Wealth and riches shall be in his house.
Because they're following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right? That delight in doing it, because it's not grievous. It's not, okay, I gotta go to Sabbath class. I gotta go to class today, read the scriptures, and read out loud and stand on my feet. No, people who delight in doing those things, right? It said, wealth and riches shall be in their house. But is it talking about money? I got a big pencil, right? I got a big belly. Guess what? The Most High blesses my kitchen, right? He blesses my house, right? I got a nice bed I lay my head and go to sleep in with 2 pillows, a vibrating massage pillow. Yeah, it's a massage pillow, therapeutic. You know what I mean? Huh? No, it was they showed it at the State Fair. Yeah. But the Most High blesses me with that, right? That's wealth and rich. I consider that wealth, right? That's rich. The pillow is $120. Yeah. Yeah, I had this one nice pillow. It was the Tempur-Pedic pillows. Yeah, it was like $220. Yeah, just for a pillow. Yeah, I love my sleep. You know what I mean? But no, but the point is, do I have the money to buy that? No, but because I got attributes and works of the Spirit, right? A couple of gifts from the Spirit, right? It was given to me. Hey, you know what, bro? I like the way you guys entertain me. Man, go ahead and pick out a pillow. I got 2 of them. You know what? I gave one to my brother. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a gift. You see that? Barakatah Howard, right? Was that it on verse 3?
Loud.
Read.
And his righteousness endureth forever.
You see that? So wealth and riches shall be in thy house. But it's not talking about money. In this case, yeah, you could take it to the material, right? To the materialistic thing. Yeah, you got a fridge full of food. You got a clean car in the garage, right? You got nice water. You got a nice wardrobe selection. See that? But what did you do to obtain those things? Were you seeking those things? Were you after? Was that your sole meditation? Was that your sole purpose? It couldn't have been. That's why the Most High gave it to you.
I just want to add this real quick, and then there's another one to add after you get to the next one. But Psalms 37, verse 25, real quick.
Psalms chapter 37.
Psalm chapter 37, verse 25. I have been young, and now am old, yet have I seen the righteousness forsaken.
Wait, read that right?
I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteousness forsaken.
You see how that little word changes things, right? All right. He said, I have not seen the righteous forsaken. Go ahead.
Nor his seed begging bread.
Now, as y'all hear that scripture, I want you to read it one more time. As y'all hear this scripture, what's the stipulation? There's a stipulation in there. What is it? Oh, yeah. Huh? Read it again.
This is Psalms chapter 37, verse 25.
Uh-huh.
I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteousness forsaken.
Right. See, I've never seen the righteous forsaken. Go ahead.
Nor his seed begging bread.
Right. Y'all see that? So you got to think. Now, why am I seeing bums on the street corner holding up signs? They're not righteous.
Oh, man.
They family wasn't righteous. They seed is begging bread. Y'all see that? Then you got to look at certain things. I know it sounds insensitive and the poor bums and screw you. The Bible said that the righteous never gets forsaken, and his seed never begged bread. Y'all see that? Like my son ain't starved no meals except for the fact that we on the damn raw food diet. You know what I mean? And he's still cheating. Like you know what I mean? Like, his friend's house and we ate cupcakes. Like, that's not raw food. That doesn't count because it was cold. You know what I'm saying? But you never see the righteous forsaken. You never see their seed begging bread. You understand? The only time that's happened is when we weren't righteous. One time we was begging for food and having to boil our kids in pots and eat them. It was because we was unrighteous. We was worshiping other gods. He's like, let them gods feed you then. Let's see if they feed you. Let's see if Buddha feeds you. All right? You praising Maybachs? Okay, let's see if Maybach feeds you. After you spend $500,000 on the car, let's see if that feeds your children. Y'all see that? Shoot, you got to pay property tax on that, man. That's going to kill you after your rap career is over. You still got to pay back and you're not rapping? That's stupid. You know what I mean? You better get back on stage. Yeah. Sing and dance till you die, because they're going to hit you with property tax every year. Just on a house alone, you get a $100,000 house. Property tax on there, you're paying $3,000, $2,000, $3,000 a year. So you get a $500,000 car. You're paying $15,000 of property tax. every year. You better rap your ass off. Then your baby mom will leave you and make you pay child support, $50,000 a month, right? Till you die. Why do you think Nas is still rapping? Come on, man. He ain't got nothing left. Ain't nothing to rap about. Your mom done died, all the hardship is over, you're rich now. What you gonna rap about?
Life is good.
You know what I mean? All the conscious stuff you rapped about wasn't really that conscious. So what you gonna do now? You know what I mean? We'll make BS albums about how my coffee tasted. Who I had to fire today? You know what I mean? Had to close my shop early. Which one? Bro, life is rough. The struggle. Right? Nah, you ain't got nothing to rap about.
Right?
Y'all see that?
That's like Scarface came out with a new album about his old times. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing of relevance right now. So he was reminiscing. I was like, bro, you too old for this.
That's all you got left. Reminiscing, man. I remember back when I was broke. Yeah, but what you doing now? Eating shrimp and crab and lobster and getting iodine poisoning? Like, that's all you can rap about now. You're done. Everything that made you famous is over. and by this time, the people listening to you don't believe you ever went through it. Yeah, any new album you would make, the people coming in thinking like, why is this dude talking about living in the projects? You know what I mean? We saw him on MTV Cribs. He ain't been in no projects. They don't know you. Y'all see that? So if you rap for the rest of your life, ain't nobody gonna believe you. The righteous, they never get forsaken, man. Most High always gives you everything you need. See that? You can take that woman to let in Elijah. She did one righteous act. She let in Elisha or Elijah? Elisha. She let in that one prophet and gave him the last of her damn tortillas, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got these unleavened cakes. We're going to eat these. We got a little bit of oil. We're going to fry them up and die. Let me get that. What? Look, my last meal? You gonna stick your finger in my last meal? Yeah. I'm hungry. She gave the last meal. Most High gave her overflowing oil. She had to get more vases, borrow vases to fill up oil so she could sell it and get food and get rich. You understand? Off of what? She being redeemed without money, off of the righteousness. Y'all see that? That's the stipulation right there. I've never seen the righteous forsaken. I've never seen a person that crawled after the Most High with his last fingernail that didn't have some grievous disease on it. You know what I mean? I've never seen the righteous just left out in the cold. You never will. Y'all see that? Every brother that came, oh, I'm homeless. No, you're not, brother. We got houses. You stay with any brother. Anybody that calls you brother is going to treat you like one. Y'all see that? You'll never end up forsaken just by the brothers that the Most High has put around you, the sisters the Most High has put around you. Much less if it comes to it where they all broke, he got you. Y'all see that? In your struggle, you made friends with the unrighteous man. You know what I mean? They got you. Y'all see that? The stipulation is the righteousness, though. You gotta be seeking that righteousness. Where we going?
Give me Proverbs chapter 11, verse 28. Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 28. Give me a comment once you got it. All right, go ahead, read that.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 28. He that trusteth in his riches shall fall.
Read that part again.
He that trusteth in his riches shall fall.
What does that say? Rayon. Without looking at the book, look at me. What does that say?
Basically, if you're dependent on your check, like say you live in paycheck to paycheck or something, you're basically dependent on that. Eventually, you're gonna fall. That's one example, I guess.
That's exactly it. Why are you gonna fall?
Because what if the Most High hit you with anything? What if he hit you? If he mess your car up, you get sick.
Let me re-ask you the question. Why is that person who puts their trust in their riches going to fall?
Because it's not worth anything. The body's worth more than like the clothes. You know what I mean? Basically, you're worth more than riches. You are the riches, basically.
Okay.
And basically, whatever you choose to be your riches, that's what your riches will be. So it's like if you're a football player, you want to be in the Hall of Fame. Once you get there, you'll consider that to be rich, but to another person, that's like that ain't nothing, you know.
Well, let's even consider this. I know a lot of people had their hand up. Let's do this. Go ahead, sis. You answering the question? Oh, no, I'm saying who's answering the question. Yeah, go ahead.
Does that have something to do with like whatever you worship you want to serve? Kind of sort of. So like if you put on your everything into your riches.
Yeah, like the scriptures say, whoever you yield yourself servants to,
Right.
that's whose servant you are.
Right.
You understand? So yeah, you put it on the rap game, you better rap for life. You put it on the singing, you better sing your ass off until you're dead. Because they won't get that property tax out your kids. They won't get that the medical bills and all that. They won't get all that out of your kids. You understand? All that stuff you blew money on, they're gonna get it from your kids. They're gonna get it back. You understand? But that's one aspect. What else?
For me, I think it's because if you're putting all your trust into your riches, then that means that your faith isn't in the Most High, that He's going to provide for you.
Perfect. Who else? You guys have it?
Oh, that's what
Right?
Samantha, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, you don't have faith if you put your trust in carnal things.
Yeah.
The Most High says He takes care of the birds, so
Yep.
we're more than that.
And let's consider the way the world is going right now, right? You played the stock market. You did all kinds of insider trading. You did everything illegal. You was underhanded. You took people's money. You know what I mean? Y'all seen was that Wolf of Wall Street? He was selling these cats wolf tickets, man. Just literally like, it's just like, yeah. If you do this, if you put $10,000 into this, it's gonna blow up, right? Yeah, pink slip, the pink sheets, right? He was selling these people dreams. He was taking their damn life savings, leaving them broke and destitute, right? Now you did all that. You made all your money off of breaking people and just being crooked and underhanded. Or you look at America, made their money off the backs of slaves and slave labor and killing and destruction, right? And all that, and China is going to shut them down by bringing out gold-backed money. That's what's going on right now. China and Russia is ganging up to shut down the American economy. The scriptures tell you in 1 hour is that destruction come. That's what's going to happen to America. So you put all your wealth into the 401k. You know what I mean? You got the job. The sister got the job with the 401k, and she's sitting there like, yeah, nigga, I don't need you, right? And then in 1 hour, she looking stupid as hell. Like, ain't no 401k. Putin just shut down 401k. Sorry. Oh, he outsourced your whole company to Afghanistan. You working for the Arabs that hate brown people. They ain't paying you nothing. Y'all see that? All right, they decided, you know what, we're gonna shut down the dollar. The dollar ain't worth nothing. You sitting there counting your money, you the stripper, you just got off the pole, you throwing money around, making it rain and all that. When you get home, all the way home, just throwing money around, right? I got it. I don't need nobody out. That Jesus stuff, I don't need to hear that. And as soon as you get home, you turn on TV and find out, oh, the stock market crashed. You put all your hopes and dreams into nothing. You got a whole mattress stuffed with just paper that ain't worth nothing no more. You know what I mean? You can't do nothing with it, man. You're gonna make origami twin towers falling down. That's gonna be your life now. Y'all see that? There ain't nothing you can do. Why? Because you put all your hopes into the corruptible. You put all your hope in the things that's gonna fall down. The Most High is forever. How you gonna try to put something? Why wouldn't you value that more than anything? Y'all see that? The Most High's name is I am, I will be, I have been. Like, why would you put your money into something that crashed notoriously, badly? I'm gonna put my money in the stock market. You never heard of the stock market crash of 1930, whatever the hell? Right? You never heard of that? The 1930s, it was a stock market crash. And you gonna put your faith in that. I ain't never read the Most High crashed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, well, I need bread. I'm out of money. What?
About a miracle power, right?
Yeah, how the Greeks are coming. They're going to kill us on the Sabbath day. My army's chilling right now. You know what I mean? They ain't got gas to put in the UFO. Sorry. You ain't never heard that. The Most High ain't never been broke. That's why when you read Ecclesiastes 2, you never seen nobody call on the Most High and they was forsaken. You've never seen that. You've never heard of it.
Yes.
Y'all see that? Unless they was wicked as hell. Like their whole life. Like, you know what? You owe this life. Yeah, you call on me all you want, but from what you did in this life, you owe that. You owe this ass whooping. You owe this beat down. You owe this. That stoning is your fault. You get a shot, that's you. Y'all see in the next life. Then you can beg for my help. You messed up this one. He never seen the righteous forsaken. David died after killing 10,000s of people. You know how many battles you gotta be in to kill 10,000 people? He died an old man, cuddled up next to the baddest Dispersed you ever seen. He didn't even have to hit it, she just kept him warm.
That's it.
She was so bad his son wanted her after he was dead. I'm like, let me get that.
I read that a lot.
Abishag.
Yeah.
You understand? That's how he died. After all a lifetime of war. Not a scratch on him, man. Not a bone broken.
Not a bone.
David said, I ain't had a bone broken. How the hell? You can't get jumped by 5 dudes without getting a bone broken now.
You stub your toe on the concrete.
Yeah. But David lived through battles after battles after battles for years. Not a bone broken. Y'all see that? And he's the one that said it. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Why? Because they follow the Most High. I'll follow the Most High. All my enemies going to be at peace with me. Y'all see that? What's the next one? That Proverbs what?
We're at Proverbs 18, or no, he has 15, or 12 and verse 28.
It's 11 and 28.
11 and 28, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You want to start over? Just
Yes.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 28. He that trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch.
Why are the righteous flourishing as a branch? What? And doing his work? Everybody got a scripture in mind? Somebody say God? Or keep saying God?
Sorry.
God means yes. So where's the scripture? No? Lie. Here, go to, give me, huh? You got it?
Nah, I'm thinking about branch. What's not the same branch though? That you speaking of Romans 9. That's all my grafting.
No, give me John, St. John, chapter 15 and verse 2. Hmm? No, I would go. Grab it quick.
This is John chapter 15, verse 2.
Verse 1, start at verse 1.
I am the true vine.
Now, you have a red letter edition Bible, right?
Right.
So who's talking?
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai, Christ is talking, right? So he is the what?
I am the true vine.
He is the true vine. He's a part of that branch. You see that? He's the vine that has the branches connected to it. That's why we're flourishing. You see that? Read.
And my Father is the husbandman.
He's the one that dresses it, that takes care of it. You see that? So that was just to go with what we were reading in Psalm. But go to Psalm or Proverbs 13 and verse 7. Yes, sir.
What was the proverb before that, St. John?
it was Proverbs 11 and 28.
11 and 28.
And which one are we going to now?
Proverbs chapter 13 verse 7.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 7. There is that maketh himself rich.
Hang on. Wait, let everybody get it. Give me a comment when you get it. Read.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 7. There is that maketh himself rich yet have nothing.
Hold on. So it said there is that one that maketh himself rich, but yet have nothing. Why does he have nothing?
It's
Samantha?
Because he doesn't have anything spiritual, it's all carnal.
Right? What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it was all vanity.
It's all useless? What else? Everybody else got some other outlooks on it?
Because everything that he has,
Elizabeth?
because everything that he does have, he can take it with him.
Well, let's read it again. Read.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 7. There is that maketh himself rich.
So you got this one individual who's making himself rich, right? He busts his butt off, but he doesn't have anything to show for it. Why? Because he's doing this. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19. This is why. Hold that. Matthew 6 and 19.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 19.
Read that.
Lay not up yourselves treasure upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt.
You see that? That's why he has nothing. Because he put his money into a bag of holes. He put his treasure upon this earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt. Right?
And where thieves break through and steal.
And somebody came in, busted in his house, and stole everything he had. That's why. That's why that man has nothing. All right, read where you're in Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 7. There is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet have great riches.
And see, that's like what we just read in Revelations, right?
Right.
That man, he's poor, but he has great riches. What is he rich in?
The Spirit.
He's rich in the spirit. Why? Because he seeks first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness. That's why the righteous are never begging for bread. That's why the righteous are flourishing like the trees, because they're connected to the branch, which is of Christ. Or their branches are connected to the vine, which is Christ. You see that? Yeah, Noah's cute. Don't pay no attention to it. You got to understand what this word is talking about. You see what I'm saying? Because this is the daily stuff that we gotta face every single day. Are you gonna choose this? Are you gonna choose this connection to money? You're gonna make this your servant or your master? Huh? Or are you gonna make the Most High your master? Give me Luke chapter 16 and verse 13.
Luke chapter 16, verse 18.
13.
Oh, verse 13. No servant can serve two masters.
You see that? You can't have faith and then seek after money, seek after riches all the damn time. Right? You talking about, yeah, I love Jesus, I love the Most High, but bro, listen, we gotta get this paper though. I gotta get this paper, Joe. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get that paper, Joe. Right? I gotta do it by any means necessary. Jesus be with me when I sell this dime jack. Right? Jesus be with me while I'm twerking on the pole. Seriously? What's the profit if you gain the world and lose your soul? You have nothing there. Right? What's the benefit of it? Nothing. But if you lose your life for the Most High's sake, guess what? You're never without. You're dwelling with forever. You see that? You're trying to live with I am. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're trying to get. Okay, give me Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha. Chapter 5. Start at verse 1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 1.
Give me a comment when you got it. Read that.
Set not thy heart upon thy goods,
What did it say?
Set not thy heart upon thy good.
You know what it's telling you? It's telling you don't take thought of tomorrow. Don't worry about the goods that you do have or that you're trying to acquire. Because you can't serve two masters. You can't seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and at the same time worry about getting the new LeBrons that coming out. Getting the new Michael Kors purse or Louis Vuitton that's coming out. Can you? You can't serve two masters.
It's like what we brought out when we were talking about the making friends of the unrighteous man. Y'all see that? Like I can't sit there and I'm not Shaq, right? I can't use my 5'9" body and do what Shaq does, right? But I can make friends with Shaq and get Shaq's money. You don't see that? I could be friends with him just like what Kevin Hart was talking about with what's that dude? If I kept him trying to get him to go to the parties.
Oh yeah,
He's spending all his damn money.
Shaq and Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're not Shaq, but you can get with Shaq. You can hang with him. You know what I mean? But all Kevin Hart does is what, talk stuff. Does an hour-long show when he's famous, right? He ain't gotta run up and down the court, dunk on nobody, break no rims, none of that. But he gets Shaq money. See that? Same thing. You don't gotta be doing unrighteous things like the mammon do to get their respect, to get them to like you, to get the riches of this world. You understand? Like we don't have time. If I'm over here studying 24 hours a day, all right? If I'm answering questions and trying to edit cable shows and counseling people all day long, do I got time to go out and get a damn job at Ford Lincoln Mercury or Shabana Motors? I don't got time. What am I gonna be doing? Yeah, this car got the new bucket seats. Yes, it's you know what I mean? Like that ain't gonna happen, right? So what? I can make friends with a person that can work in that arena. You know what I mean? I have friends like that, but I can't do both at the same time. I can't go chase Arab money while I'm a Hebrew. That don't make sense. I'd have to be an Arab. I have to be doing the sex trade and selling women on the black market for sex. I'd have to be doing that. I have to be doing some ungodly thing. But the Most High said, listen, you sit, just like he told Solomon, you sit back. I'm going to make sure you get all those things because you sought wisdom. Y'all remember how Solomon got blessed, right? He didn't get it because he went to 9,000 battles like David. All he did was he said, I want wisdom. Most I said, ask me anything and I'll give it to you. He said, I want wisdom. I want the wisdom to guide my people. That's righteous. You understand? It ain't about me. It's about I want to be able to help them. Y'all see that? That's why he lost. You know how many brothers went off and did off stuff? Like I said, David committed first-degree murder and adultery. You understand? But why was that scooped out the way? Because he didn't leave off his number one priority. He did it for that one split second, but for his whole life, he didn't go off. You understand? But when you deal with Solomon, what happened? His first priority was, I want to be able to guide my people with wisdom, right? At his last, he was guiding his people with all kinds of damn madness. Hey, this is how you raise up altars to other gods. This is how you set up a grove. This is how you set up a statue. This is how you sacrifice a baby. I'm the king. All the people under me going to do what I do. So he didn't no longer have guiding his people with wisdom, that unselfish thought in his brain. You understand? He left off into complete selfishness and let all them people be guided by him into that. You understand? It's hard to kill an idea. You really can't. That was a blasphemy against the Most High. You understand? What Solomon did was a blasphemy against the Most High. He took the Most High's name in vain. You understand? So he had to pay for that. You understand that? Yeah. And you don't want to be that where your next life you got to spend your next life paying for your last one. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I came back with all the spiritual power and able to raise the dead and heal the sick and walk on water, but got to die at age 33 because I messed up last time. You understand?
Keep throwing them out there.
Oh yeah, I can throw those past you because you're tired now. So some of that's
Yeah.
right. You'll watch that on the replay.
Right.
Wait a minute. All right, but y'all got to see that we can't serve two masters. We can't do both. It's not for us. You understand? We don't want to end up that next life paying for this one. You understand? We supposed to be coming out from under the curses. Our next life should be, hey, you in Israel now. Hey, you running things. Hey, you on the UFO going over here to Israel. You're one of the chosen. You're the elite. You understand? That's what you should wake up to in your next life. You know what I mean? Like Moses, you're born and they see you're a goodly child at birth. Like they already know, like, yeah, this dude, he's gonna deliver everybody. That's what you want to wake up to. You don't want to wake up in your next life like, this nigga gonna die. Like Mary had to look at her kid. He shall be great, called the son of the highest. We're gonna call his name Yahushua, and he's gonna be the Messiah. And you know what happens to him?
Like, yeah, man.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want that life. You understand? You don't want like, okay, you living on your way to the grave. No, I'm living to that next. So my next life is way better than this one. You understand? So when I reincarnate, my kid ain't beat my ass. You know what I mean? He ain't an abusive father. He ain't gonna be feeding me swine and pork and everything in my next life. You understand? It ain't gonna be like, hey, you go to grandpa's house and grandpa's cooking barbecue pork ribs. I ain't gonna get that. You know what I mean? You building up for your next life. But you can't do it serving two masters. Y'all see that? You can't do it trying to serve, just chase riches, chase money, chase fame, and also do the work of the Most High and become the offscouring of the world. The scriptures say we're the offscouring of the world. You know what that means? When you scour something with scouring pad, like you scrub the dishes, that stuff that comes off that was stuck on the plate that you didn't want to eat and you don't want on the plate, it ends up in the damn dishwater, that's you. That's what we become when we come in the truth.
Yes.
We become that off-scouring to the world. The world don't think of us as nothing, man. All it is why y'all wearing those costumes? After all the wisdom we don't drop, I could drop a whole class giving you the mystery of the eons. I just did it on here already. Where these cats was like, darkness doesn't have any this and that, going off science. And I told them, like, darkness has mass. The scriptures saying that there was in darkness that could be felt. Exodus 10 verse this. Oh, it's right there in the Bible. Right? And you give all that away for free. You know what I mean? Or you spend all kinds of money on going to college and doing all that. But the thing is, you know, you can't do both. You can't be chasing riches and fame and fortune and being able to guide your people. It's not going to work. You understand? You're not going to have the wisdom to guide your people if you're out there chasing material. Y'all see that?
The wisdom of the wicked isn't wisdom.
Right.
But finish where you at.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5:1. Set not thy heart upon thy goods.
Right.
And say not, I have enough for my life.
So you can't say that if you Donald Trump, you can't say you're on top of the world. Right? If you Bill Gates, you Steven Spielberg, right? You got all this bread, you got all this money. You can't say I have enough in my life. I've accomplished everything. You haven't accomplished nothing.
No.
You see that? Because that rich man that worked to be rich, guess what? He's poor. He has nothing. In the long run, he stands before the Most High, guess what? He ain't got jack. He got some heat waiting for him to get in them britches. That's what he has. You see that? Read.
Follow not thine own mind and thy strength.
See, it's telling you to what?
Follow not thine own mind and thy strength.
See, it's telling you a couple of things. Right? It says don't follow your own mind. Don't think you know what's good. Right? This is about faith. This is about faith and money. Right? But if you think you know what's good, listen, if you love the Most High and you obey the scriptures, right? You understand that there's safety in the multitude of counsel. You see that? Absolutely. You see that? It says do nothing without counsel. Right? So that's what you got. You're applying those scriptures. So don't think you don't follow after your own mind. If you're sure, if you have something thought of and you thought it was a good idea, ask your brother about it. Ask your sister about it. Hey, bro, I was thinking, I was gonna do this, this, and this. What do you think? Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Hey, did you wait? What about? Did you consider this? Did you consider that? Damn, I forgot. Thank you for the reminder. You see that?
Mhm.
So you're not following after your own mind. Read.
To walk in the ways of thy heart.
So you're not walking in your own strength, thinking you know what's right, and walking in the ways of your own mind. Right? Read.
Verse 3. And say not, who shall control me for my works?
Because you're gonna get all this pride up in you, and you're thinking like, well, can't nobody tell me that, right? You arguing with your husband at home because you don't want to pull it in. You pull it in a paycheck, right? And you thinking, well, who gonna control? Nigga, you ain't gonna say nothing, right? The lights is on because of me. That's how you bobblehead talking to your husband sideways, right? Not knowing that he's representing the Most High. He's Christ in the eyes of you, but you want to talk to him sideways, right? Read.
For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride.
What did it say?
For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride.
You want to talk sideways because you got a piece of paper that has some numbers on it, and you think that's valued, and that gives you leeway to talk sideways to your husband, who represents the Most High, who's doing the work, right? Well, guess what? The Most High is going to revenge that pride. He's got a check that you can't cash, that he's going to cash on you all day long. You see that? Any questions?
Yo, I actually had a definition, man, on that serve where in St. John it said no man can serve two masters.
Yes, sir.
So in that St. John 16:13 where it says no man can serve two masters, it says the definition is of service to obey, to help, because you can't obey two different entities. You
Right.
can't obey the Most High and obey Satan. You can't help the Most High and you can't help Satan, and you can't assist the Most High and you can't help assist Satan. You got to choose.
Yeah.
Because those are contrary one to another. And then it says benefit. So when you become a servant, you become a benefit. But who you become a benefit for? Satan or the Most High. And then it says you perform, you do and fulfill, complete, discharge, and spend. So when you spend that time, who you spend it with? The Most High or Satan? Because you can't serve both.
You can. And when you go to Leviticus, it talks about the Most High called us his servant. He didn't say we were the mammon servant. He said we were his servant. Right? What? Oh, yeah, he called us his servant. So we're supposed to be doing things that's satisfactory to his service. Right? We're supposed to be accomplishing his will. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Not our will, not my mind state, not what my wife thinks, not what my children think, but his will be done in earth as it is in heaven. You don't have no say so of what goes on in his kingdom, right? So these are things you got to consider as you're going through this daily fight. All right.
So there was no other questions?
See that? No, that's not a question.
Oh, go ahead.
See, that's what I tell people when what is going on right now. Why you say that you're gonna live the word, know the word, and still serve the other master? What's going on right now? The holidays.
Right.
I said, I don't. I'm gonna do what the word says.
Yeah, that's a perfect example.
The other word said because I'm not gonna serve two masters.
Right.
So right then, they feeling that you don't celebrate Christmas. I say, well, it's not His word.
Right.
It's not in the scripture.
No, that's a perfect example. If the Most High said in Jeremiah 10, not to set up a tree and deck it over with silver and gold, why the hell am I going to go get a tree and deck it over with silver and gold?
You're saying you serve God and then turn around and serve the other one.
Right. And you serving two masters. You trying to serve your kids and what they want to do, right? You want to see that little smile on their faces while they opening their little stupid presents that you bought, or while they throw away the present and play with the bubble wrap. You wanna please your child, and instead of pleasing the Most High, you can't serve two masters.
Oh, that's when you become lukewarm. Most High said He's gonna spew you out of His mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the question I had.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 15. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 15. It says, "So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, captains over tens, and officers among your tribes." So that's like here, like where you have the soldiers and then the officers and then the officers.
Yeah, that's where we got it from. Where cats be like, oh, the caps ain't in the Bible. Yeah, the hell it is. The ranking system's in there. Moses set that up. You want to do everything else Moses said, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to obey no ranking system. You don't have no, I don't need no man over me to understand the scriptures. I just need God. Well, all them men had another man over them, plus Moses. You understand? And they all formed a camp, and they all had armies, and all that stuff was in Moses' time. But you don't. It ain't like you don't want to obey that. You don't want to obey man. You don't want to obey God. You understand? You wouldn't obey Moses. Y'all see that? Who else had a hand up?
I had another one.
Go ahead.
This one is Numbers chapter 35, verse 33.
And
it says, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein."
Numbers 35, verse
33.
Numbers 35, verse 33. Go ahead.
It says, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein. But by the blood of him that shed it." Mm-hmm. So my question is basically, how can the land be cleansed?
That's
only by the person that sheds the blood.
The scriptures say, "He that sheddeth man's blood, by man's blood shall his blood be shed." Right. The only way that you can cleanse the land of blood that's been polluting the land, when you kill somebody, you pollute the land with blood. Okay. Especially when you do it unrighteously. Like, we killed a lot of people to get the land of Canaan, but it was still the promised land. You understand? But why did we kill them? Because they was unrighteous. You understand? Their blood was required by the Most High for the blood they had spilt. You understand? They was over there sacrificing young innocent children and babies. Go kill them. Go kill everybody. They don't have no respect for their babies, so kill them too. You understand? That blood is going to wash away the blood of the ones they killed. You understand? It's going to be paid for what they took. You understand? Everything is required by blood. If you want to marry a woman, it's a blood transfusion. You inject your semen into her, that y'all married. Blood contract. You understand? The blood registers different on a spiritual level. That's why he told him, life, the blood is the life thereof. You understand? So it's life for a life, even exchange. You understand? Okay, you killed somebody, you get killed. That's fair. It's balanced, right? So what he's saying is, just like America, right? The only way America could ever be any kind of clean is how, according to that scripture.
Blood has to be shed.
All right.
See that? They got to be killed. There's no other way you're going to clean up America except by the death of the ones that formed it. You understand? By the death of the ones that uphold this country. All right? What's that?
All right, this is the last one. And it's Numbers chapter 35, verse. I can go with either 6 or 11, but I'm going to go with 11. It says, then ye shall appoint you cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth any person at unawares.
He killed them unawares.
So it was like, kill somebody on accident.
Me and you working in the forest, the axe hammer will fly off, hit you in the head, split your head open, you bleed to death and die. Right? Your baby mom's mad at me, she want to kill me, she got a loaded pistol, she coming after me. I can run to that city, because I didn't kill you on purpose. You know, I can plead with her all I want, but she mad, right? So I could be like, look, it was an accident, she gonna shoot me. You know what I mean? Run to the city, right? They're not gonna let her avenge that blood in that city.
So
You
the key
understand?
word is unawares then.
Huh?
So the key word in that is like unaware.
Yeah, like if I committed murder, no, they gonna get your ass. And now, if you ran to that city, it goes on and shows you. If you did kill somebody on purpose and you ran to that city, you better stay there for the rest of your life, or until the death of the priest, the high priest at the time. You understand? Which means hopefully that person that wants to revenge the blood is dead. So you basically got yourself a life sentence if you kill somebody on purpose. If you run to that city wasn't a decked out beautiful city. It was a garbage suburb. It was like you watch the old West movies where the tumbleweed blowing through there and all that. It looks deserted because that's where all the rapists and murderers end up, and they all then killed each other down to the last man. All right, that's what that is. You understand? This wasn't a city full of law-abiding citizens. All right, you went there, and there was the one or two outcasts of Israel that was sent out there to that city, and they had to live there for life. You understand? Or until the death of the priest. So, and remember, the high priest, he's in his position for life. So if he lived to 120 years, that's how long you in that city. You understand? If he just got appointed, you're screwed. You understand? If he got 5 more years left, okay, cool, I'm here 5 years. Y'all see that? That was your sentence back then. It wasn't no spend a whole bunch of time in a homosexual YMCA, you know what I mean, with air conditioning and 3 hots and a cot. That wasn't just back then. We didn't do that. You understand? If you killed somebody and that avenger of blood, the person that was like you killed him and his brothers after you, if you made it to this city, it wasn't lawful for him to slay you. You understand? But if you didn't make it, that avenger of blood is life for life. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You understand? That was a fair exchange. You understand? But if you did it unawares, you better get to that city. And then try to deal with the priests and write letters or something like that and say, hey, I didn't kill them on purpose. Please talk to their family. Let's work this out so I can come back into the city without getting shot in the face. You understand? So it was a city of refuge. It was kind of like a holdover till you got a hearing. You understand? And then they pronounce you innocent. Nobody could come kill you. See that? Nobody could come revenge that blood. But if they had it, if you was found guilty, the person you slayed, then next to kin could kill you. You understand? Now you deal with some of these, they got these weird little bush tribes in like South America, where if you got caught sleeping with the dude's wife, that dude gets a stick, and you have to stand there, and he gets to bash you over the head one time. And if he kill you, he kill you. If he don't, well, you got your punishment. So if you wanted revenge for that, you better make sure you had a good swing. You know what I mean? But that's what they do. They stand you up right here, the other dude grab a stick, BOW! A big stick too, not old. We talk about like those. Yeah, we talk about like those right there, the staffs. He took one of those and bash you over the head with it. You know what I mean? You got cats coming out just doing this for the rest of their life. Well, you better be careful where you stick it. Y'all see that? And that, like I said, that's tribes of Israel carrying on their tradition, best they know how. Y'all see that? So yeah, these are things, you know, in the law that we had. We had a city of refuge. It was like, you know, how you play tag, I got base, right? That was base. All right? But yeah, if y'all got any other questions, because we're running real late, but if y'all got any other questions, write them down, bring them to class Friday. All right? What's that?
I just have 2 announcements.
Oh, go ahead.
We have a bakery for Passover, but we need a $500 deposit to hold the plates.
Okay.
Just to throw that out there. And the sisters are doing a raffle for the Feast of Lights that will have a drawing on Saturday, the first night of Hanukkah is Saturday, so we'll have a drawing then. I think it's only $1. It's not that big, but you'll get a prize.
Okay, so, you know, for y'all online that's still watching us, we need a $500 deposit for where we're gonna hold the Passover, so we can hold that spot. So if y'all got it on your heart to give and help out, that'd be perfect. Take some of the weight off of brothers and sisters that have been working hard already and giving for a decade at least. So, you know, that would help out too. Also, first day of Hanukkah, as you said, the 13th?
Saturday.
This Saturday, I'm sorry, this Saturday, first day of Hanukkah. All right, so everybody's gonna be getting together at certain houses, right? Is that how we doing it?
on Saturdays here at the school.
Okay, Saturday night we'll be here at the school, and what else about
We're
that?
having a raffle, the sisters are having a raffle to raise funds for the school.
Okay, okay, so there's gonna be a raffle held, so that means y'all gonna be selling the tickets, or? Okay.
$1 ticket.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna be selling the $1 raffle tickets. For those of y'all that are here in Houston, you wanna participate in that, help sell tickets, that'll be your reasonable sacrifice. That'll be how you help out. You know what I mean, if you wanna be part of that, or if you just wanna buy raffle tickets, do it, all right? We'll set up PayPal, or you got the account for the school, you send in however many, get your raffle tickets, there'll be a prize, right? That's how raffles work, you don't just buy a ticket and stand there. So, you know, you get your ticket, it'll match up with a prize, we'll announce who won the prize after how long?
It'll be on Saturdays when we're school, so it's only 3-4 days away.
Oh, so on that day, they buy the raffle tickets, and then the drawings that day, or?
Buy it from now until then, but we're drawing on Saturday.
Oh, okay, so the raffle goes from now until Saturday, and then we do the drawing on Saturday, so we'll announce the winner online too, or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, if y'all want to do that, we got that going on. And like I said, the Passover, the money needed for Passover to hold the spot, $500, not a big deal. 50 of y'all give $10, simple division. You got it. All right, or 10 of y'all give 50. It's all good. No, that's not what that means. Let's go to hold on, I gotta do this real quick. Gotta watch who starts teaching on the channel, man. You gotta watch that. So Luke 14:26.
If any man come to me and hate not his father and his mother and wife and children and brother and sister,
Right.
yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
Right. See, that's not gonna answer that brother's question. He's talking about should we hate the white man? No. When you go to give me that scripture, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite. All right. So I told you about the Edomites being the so-called white man already. Well, the scripture tells you you're not supposed to hate an Edomite because he's your brother. All right. But yeah, that scripture, Luke 14:26, not talking about you should hate them like you would hate somebody that kills your mama. You understand? That scripture's talking about, you know what, if you don't put them next, if you don't put them second, if you don't put them dead last to anything the Most High got planned for you, if you like Christ did, they said, hey, behold your mother and your brother waiting at the door. He looked at the crowd that had been following him all those miles and said, listen, these are my mother and my brother. For those that do the work with me, those are the same as my mother and brother and father and sister. You understand? So no, he wasn't. He was hating them in that way, meaning I don't prefer them. They're not first before the will of the Most High. You understand? Yeah. So yeah, that Luke 14:26, man. That's not to answer that question about should we hate every person? Should we hate the white man? No, we ain't got time to hate the white man. How? You can't serve two masters. We just went over it. I love my kid. I don't got time to hate the white man while I'm loving my kid. I love my nation. I don't have time to hate some white man I don't know over loving my nation who I do know. You understand? So that got to be clear in your head that no, you don't have time to hate. All right? You don't have time to hate in that way, in that respect. All right? What we got time for is we got to love our people. We got to love our nation enough to be an example. Not go chase money over what our people's righteousness is. You understand? No, we need to be built and set on changing our people for the better and building our nation, building up our kingdom. All right? Which is going to include, if you read Isaiah 60, other nations. They ain't necessarily going to be rulers in the kingdom. We ain't going to be separate but equal either. You understand? They're going to be servants and slaves.
Right.
All right, but the thing is going to be more righteous than what the wicked of them are going to get. The wicked of them are going to get their women ravished, which is happening now. The scriptures tell you that. You know what I mean? They go get their women ravished. That's why when you watch that movie, The Entity, the little white chick, she liked that lust demon so much, and that lust demon come and rape her all over the house. You know what I mean? So they get ravished already. It didn't say it was going to be Israelites ravishing their women. The demons are going to do that. You understand? Right. But that's what's going to happen to the wicked of them, the ones that entertain that spirit. You understand? What's going to happen to the righteous? And what's going to happen to the ones that said, you know what? Grab hold of the skirt of him that's a Jew and say, we're going to follow your ways. What's going to happen to them is they're going to be servants in the kingdom. You understand? Yeah. That's how it's going to be. So when you read Isaiah 60, that'll get you. All right? Yeah, like you said, hate human nature. Don't hate the people. Or, you know what I mean? Just hate sitting around hating people. Hate that nature. But people got on them. They want to kill and steal and destroy and avoid it. You know what I mean? Hate the evil, love the good. You know what I mean? That's what we're supposed to be hating. We ain't got time to be hating our enemies and all that stuff. You shouldn't even. After the class we just gave, you shouldn't even have no enemies. You chasing righteousness, all your enemies gonna be at peace with you. Right? David slew the champion of the Philistines, had 600 Philistine bodyguards. How'd that work? You know what I mean? How did you get that? You just conquered our nation repeatedly. Not only that, he come on, add insult to injury. He killed Goliath, the champion of the Philistines. One of his officers killed Goliath's brother. Then after that, David went out just to get his woman, Michal, from Saul's house. He went out and killed 200 Philistines and circumcised them. Cut off their foreskin and delivered it to Saul on a silver platter, and he only asked for 100. After that, after all that, insulting this other nation of Philistines, he ended up with 600 people that wanted to protect his life. They were Philistines. And had a Philistine wife. From the king of the Philistines, who was cool with him. So how do you get that? Because when the righteous, when the righteous are doing what they're supposed to do, he'll make even his enemies be at peace with you. All right, so we don't have enemies. As an Israelite, as you trying to become Abraham, you should walk into a city and they're like, damn, this man's wise. This man's cool. We want to put him as leader of the whole place. You should walk into a state, a room, and everybody wants to be like you. There shouldn't be no enemies. There shouldn't be nobody want to kill you. You see that? Because as an Israelite, you're striving for righteousness, man. We don't come in there just pushing white girls out the way and knocking them down the street and everything like that. No, we tell them, look, you're going to get in the kingdom too. You're going to be a servant. I got to sit here and flip you off. I got too much time that we're going to waste me sitting here flipping you off, beating you, rolling you down the street, and calling the cops on you. That I could have been teaching a brother how to build his sons and daughters into a nation. Right. The hell I want to argue with you for? Oh, you think Jesus is still white? Cool. Go serve white Jesus. See you later. Hey, brother, you know Jesus was black, right? These are the scriptures. That's what I'm doing. We ain't got time to even argue with the nations and make enemies. We built ours. Like Malcolm X said in the movie, the white girl came up to him. She said, what can I do as a white woman to help further the existence of the black race? He said, nothing. Walk off. Like, there ain't nothing you could do. See that? We got to do this. This ain't for you. We ain't going to say that you built us. You already taking credit for everything we done built. Why the hell would we let you build our future kingdom? Y'all see that? We don't need nothing from them, and we don't need to hate them. We ain't got time. You can't serve two masters. All right? But, yeah, we can go through scriptures on that maybe next class, man. I'm running real late for brothers, sisters that got to leave, whatever. You can roll out, you know what I mean? From now on, just know this. At 10 o'clock, when that zone hits, you got to sleep, you got to get to work, whatever. Go ahead and roll out. We'll just deal with the people that stay. All right? So y'all know. Sorry, that's late warning. But with that, we're going to conclude class. All right, the order for y'all, to y'all that are watching. Once again, it's Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We'll be here from 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. You can hit us up Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m. for class. Friday from 9 to 11:30 p.m. and then Saturday from 12 noon to 3 p.m. All right? And, come out, we do street speaking, we're doing all these different things so that you want to be part of the body force. So if you're in Houston, we encourage you to become part of the body. Obey Hebrews 10 verse 25. Forsake not the assembling of yourselves together. All right. With that, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom. I think you're supposed to wait until, because it's not done, you're not done. The feed.